It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And Commissioner, blaming you on the bad weather last week for football. It was one of those crazy nights, and I think it's always appropriate on those kinds of nights to review with everyone the specific protocol on inclement weather, specifically lightning and thunder, because we had a lot of it last week.
We did, Coach, and there's certainly specific guidelines put out by the National Federation of High Schools dictate when we must shut a game down when we see lightning, and also gives us a standard to use when we can begin. And, at the end of the day, we have to come back the next day or we got to delay that night. But it's more important to be safe and keep our fans safe and our student-athletes safe. And I think that was the primary goal last Friday night, as tough as it was. But we got through it, and we're going to play week 3 here.
In addition to football, you and your staff, this time of year is a busy time for everybody involved in high school athletics. And you've been involved with some of your counterparts, some commissioners around the Midwest, in some meetings in these past few days. What's on the mind of your colleagues around the Midwest?
Well, I don't think, it's maybe popular, maybe unpopular, Coach, but I just left 13 of my counterparts from the Midwest, and we spent 4 days together, and we really just walked through a bunch of topics. But the thing that, the NCAA transfer portal and what's happened with that environment is really starting to affect high schools and what's going on in the high school setting. And we're different than the NCAA, especially the Division I or the Power 5, that we are sitting here trying to have kids an opportunity to grow up a little bit with their uniform that says their school name on it. That's something that everybody has on their mind right now because, an individual parent, I understand their focus on their kid only. But what they forget about is there's a student-athlete that's not involved in a process when we do a transfer that doesn't have a voice in the room, and we always have to be worried about displacement also. But that and, finances, and we talked about how tournaments are structured, and there's just a whole litany of topics. We saw some software development people are using to align tournaments, success factors, and one thing I can tell you, Coach, is nobody's got it completely figured out. Everybody continues to try to adjust and make it work for their state. And there's always nuances that are different, and Indiana is no different.
You also now kick off your annual statewide tour, talking to athletic directors and principals around the state. I know, number one, it's great to be out there to visit with your colleagues. And secondly, you get a chance face-to-face to talk about issues that are critical to the state of Indiana and specifically to the IHSAA. And so, number one, be safe. So what are some of the major agenda items on this tour?
Well, Coach, it's one of those. It's an annual meeting that we have. We're 3 weeks, 8 different spots around the state. We were in Lowell, Indiana today. We'll be in Plymouth, Indiana tomorrow, and 3 more spots next week and 3 the following week. But a lot of things we talk about, we go over the association finances. We are a not-for-profit, but we're a membership organization. So every school really needs to have significant input into how we did last year and how we're going to do this year, and changes in the bylaws, and all those things are important. And we do seek school input because, there's folks out there, one of the misnomers is that we are a taxpayer-funded organization, and that's not the case. I mean, we are a not-for-profit. We are a voluntary membership, or voluntary organization, voluntary membership, and we talk a lot about those things, but we give them a full financial picture of what last year looked like. We talk about transfers. We talk about, our foundation. We talk about officials. We talk about sportsmanship. We talk about the new sports coming on, girls flag, boys volleyball and girls wrestling, and we just adopted for the 25-26 school year girls lacrosse, and so it gives us a chance to also celebrate our sponsors along the way. So there's just a whole litany of information that we try to provide to our membership.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from River Forest High School as Region Sports Network presents the Wheeler Bearcats taking on our 7th-ranked River Forest Ingots. I'm Mike Dewan. I'll have the play-by-play for tonight's game, and joining with me on the color analysis is CJ Compton. CJ, how are we doing tonight, my friend?
Great. Beautiful day for football. Can't wait.
Beautiful night, to say the least. 2 GSSC teams, as we see in Week 3. The conference play is starting around the region. Some earlier than others, and the GSSC is getting into it. This is a conference, a lot of two-way stars as we're looking at the depth charts a little bit, and a lot of teams that you need players. You need guys that can go out there and barely leave the field.
Absolutely. It becomes it's what summer was for, is to get these kids in shape and ready to go when you're at these smaller schools. You know, you're definitely having kids that are playing both sides of the ball, and they need to be in shape and ready to go. Tonight
is a good night for it. We'll mention the weather a little bit later. What about the Wheeler Bearcats? They're coming into this game 0-2. I don't think the record really suits how talented this team actually is. Previously, they opened up their season against Hanover Central with a 20-point loss to the Wildcats over there at Hanover Central, then lost to Kankakee Valley in a thriller last week, 35-21. Wheeler, they got some guys on that team that are very solid, and you know their head coach pretty well, Nick Testa.
Yeah, I went down and talked to Coach Testa a couple minutes ago, and when he started coaching with us at Lake Central, he was right out of college, and he had so much knowledge. He was able to take wide receivers on by their own. He did a great job. I'm sure these kids are going to be ready to go here and well coached.
Nick Testa, again, a great wide receiver. Well, they, of course, previously coached at Lake Central as an assistant. Also coached at Clark as a head coach. As a coach, he's 6-6 in his second year at Wheeler and 14-28 in his 5th year as a head coach overall. They got plenty of great wide receivers on that Wheeler Bearcat squad we'll talk about a little bit later. But this is a team that is looking to avoid their 2nd straight 0-3 start. And you kind of look at the opening of their non-conference schedule. You got to play Hanover Central, then a KV team. They've played up these first 2 weeks, playing up in class size. Again, this is only a 2A school. Talk to me about what that early season test kind of does for the Bearcats for games like this.
Oh, it's only going to help them. I mean, you're not talking about just 2 bigger schools. You're talking about 2 schools that are, have a great tradition in football. So it's tough for them to, come out here and compete against a team that big. But they'll take their lumps now, and going into conference play, things just get better for them.
No question about it. Wheeler only in the Class 2A, looking to win their first sectional title since 2011. Only have 2 in total. Still, again, a pretty young football program, but a lot of community is getting behind this Bearcat program, and there's a lot to look forward to for Wheeler. Some of those key players on Wheeler, it starts with the quarterback, Caleb Klimzak, the senior quarterback, was first-team all-conference last year and is at the top of our statistical leaderboards in passing yards. He's 31 of 57 on the year with 524 passing yards and 4 total touchdowns in 2024. Talk to me again about he's one of the few players on this Bearcat squad that goes one way, but having a quarterback being the straw that stirs the drink, how important is that in this conference?
Oh, it's huge. And I was down there when I went down to talk to Coach Testa, standing next to him. He's a big kid, 6'6", 197 pounds. There should be nobody in the way, up front for him that he can't see over. If I know Coach Testa, he can zing it. So it should be exciting.
No doubt about it. Had a big junior campaign last season. Not afraid to tuck it and run as well, as you mentioned, his big frame. But he has a nice plethora of receivers that we mentioned that come from kind of that Nick Testa pipeline. Tyne Vetical, a junior wide receiver, DB, and kicker, made honorable mention GSSC last year. Has 12 catches, 266 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns, also 13 tackles. He also leads the team in receiving yards and total tackles. A guy like that to be on all 3 phases of the game. Talk to me about his importance and how much you may call his name tonight.
Oh, I'm sure we'll call it a lot. It's going to be interesting seeing, what spots Coach Testa decides to give him a rest. You got to get him out for a play or 2, give him a breather when he's playing all 3 phases.
Some more guys on that offensive side. Jaden Ortiz, a senior running back and an outside linebacker, first-team all-conference last year, has 146 rushing yards on the season. And Bryce Compton, who made first-team all-RSN last season. A little bit of a slower start, kind of taking the back seat to Tyne Vetical, who's been fantastic at the wide receiver position, but still Compton, 8 catches, 121 receiving yards, and 12 tackles. Now we go into our home team, the River Forest Ingots, who are ranked 7th in our Enigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. They are 2-0, won 6-4 last year, lost at West Lafayette in the sectional opener. They have not won a playoff game since the 2019 season. They're head coached by Mark Hidalgo, 8-4 in his second year at River Forest, 49-46 in his 10th year overall. He was previously at East Chicago as the head coach and then bounced around kind of in assistant roles. Also the wrestling coach here, but this is the program again. Previously, they played East Chicago and Calumet. Both won those games 35-0. Two teams that a little bit more similar to their class size. So talking about the start maybe this Ingot team has seen, and obviously this how much of a test this is for them come for the rest of the conference play.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're looking at a school that's bigger than them, and and it should be a great night.
Yeah, looking for the third straight 3-0 start for the Ingots, but kind of coming off this game again. If they go 3-0, and they did the same thing in 2023. Obviously, they lost the next 3 games. In 2022, they lost the next 2. So obviously they want to get the job done here tonight, but then it's a long season. Conference is tough. You're playing a lot of teams that games could be decided in any way. This is a program that is looking to get the win here tonight and then bounce back after that. Some of the key players on that Ingot squad, of course, is the 3A team, but a lot of great guys, and Aiden Silver is the guy to look out for. He might be the most electrifying player on the field here tonight. The senior quarterback and defensive back is a 2-time first-team all-conference selection in 2023 and 2022. Hoping to make it 3 times on the first team. Has 131 passing yards at the quarterback position, but 272 rushing yards. Also 6 total touchdowns and 9 total tackles. You don't see that dual threat ability at the quarterback position. You might see it maybe in this conference, but few are as impactful as Aiden Silver is for the River Forest Ingots.
For sure. I'm sure they're going to he's going to run this offense with a lot of option and give a lot of two-way goes for this defense to worry about.
They are a run-heavy team, to say the least. Another guy to look out for is Carlos Villagomez, a junior running back, an honorable mention for the GSSC All-Conference team last year. 144 rushing yards. Jeremiah Stansel, first-team All-Conference last year. He's a senior wide receiver in DB. He does most of his work on the ground, 175 total yards, but he has a lot of carries, a lot of rushing yards, 4 total touchdowns. And their defense as well. This is a young team, although they have some solid talent in the backfield. This is a young defense, and talk to me about these guys. I believe their top 4 tacklers are non-seniors. So yeah, we got the senior leadership like Jeremiah Stansel and Aiden Silver in the backfield, but having some young defenders, they're going to keep them in games, and they're learning every single day.
Oh, for sure, and it bodes well for this program in the future, definitely.
No doubt about it. We're just getting ready here for football. We're going to take a little bit of a break here. Again, thank you for joining us. We're still kind of settling in, but you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual card, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices, whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Region Football on the Region Sports Network. Game night in the Region. Again, we're here at River Forest High School. I'm Mike DeWan here with C.J. Compton, Nick Russ on the keys, and Clint Klaus behind the lens. We're going to start off with our Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Game Night Forecast. This Friday night forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight forecast, I say it's football weather here in kind of Lake Station area. 63 degrees right now. Little bit of wind, which may kind of affect this Wheeler passing game we'll kind of dive into. The sun's supposed to set at 7:12 approximately, so the sun's kind of setting over there. As you see, Wheeler is making its way onto the field. 13-mile-an-hour winds going south. So, again, it's going to be tough to maybe throw the ball here. Feels like is 56. Rain, there was floating around a little bit, but no rain here tonight. Looks like it's a perfect night for football here, CJ.
No, definitely. It's perfect weather.
Perfect weather, to say the least. Again, that was the Friday night forecast presented by Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. We're now going to shift over to the starting lineups. We're going to start with that Wheeler starting offense. Starting at the quarterback position, as we mentioned, Caleb Klimzak, the senior. At running back, right next to him, number 2, Jaden Ortiz. At the H-back, number 18, Connor Welch. Going to the X, Bryce Compton, number 1 senior. We're going to call his name a lot tonight. Another receiver, number 11, David Diaz. Another receiver, number 5, Tyne Vetical, the star for this Wheeler offense so far. On the offensive line, moving from left to right, we have Landon Good, Blake Teachy, center Aiden Mason, right guard Mitch Krolikowski, and right tackle Braden Olson. That is the starting lineup for that Wheeler offense. Moving over to the Wheeler defense, we'll go. They got a 4-man front. Charlie Casper, number 7, is the end. The 2 tackles is Logan Bigham and Landon Good, and the other end is Mitch Krolikowski. Moving kind of to that second level, we have Connor Welch, number 18. Jaden Ortiz playing Mike. A little bit of a weak side linebacker is Colton Kingery, number 13. Safety is C.J. Schaefer Jr. and Colton Church. And then we also have at corner David Diaz, Tyne Vetical, name you mentioned earlier, Bryce Compton as well, 2 tough receivers that are also in that defensive backfield. And another corner is Keegan Cool. Moving over to our hosts, we're going to start off with the River Forest offense. But under center is the man they call Turtle around here. A great article written on that backstory is Aiden Silver, number 1, the quarterback. Carlos Villagomez will be the running back. The wide receivers is Thompson, number 12, Stansel, 21, and Levi Harper, number 84. The H-back, Arana, is number 9. Let me get a roster for you guys. This starting lineup, pardon me, is here we go. We'll get the first names out for you guys. Number 12 over the receiver is Royce Thompson, please excuse me. And number 21 is Jeremiah Stansel. The H-back, who is not listed on there, he only had 11 spots to fill, so the H-back will be Aureliano Arana, the senior. The tight end will be Marquise Harris. Then going on to the right to left, the right tackle, number 50, as I shuffle through my roster, Logan Hawkins, and then Josh Mayo at right guard. Center is Sergio Sanchez. The left guard is Mecco Barnes, and left tackle is Jaden Clifford. Moving on to the starters. For the defense of River Forest, Marquise Harris will be your D end. A nose guard is Mr. Mayo, Josh Mayo, that is. The defensive end, number 44, Keon L. They're moving on to the three inside linebackers for River Forest is Aureliano Arana, Carlos Villagomez, and David Cruz. The outside linebackers, Troy Thompson and number 11, Michael Turner. Your DBs is Jeremiah Stansel and Royce Thompson. Your safety, quarterback/safety, Aiden Silver. So CJ, again, we got a good one as the band is now on the field. We're just about getting to it. Again, what do you kind of want to see from both teams? Obviously, it's again, maybe a rough kind of weather go of it, as you mentioned in that Friday night forecast, but we got a good game here nonetheless.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, both teams are going to want to control the ball, and like all the old adage, right? You got to keep the ball in your possession, keep it away from the other offense. So don't put the ball on the ground, don't put the ball in the other team, in the hands of the other defense, and things should go well.
And again, when conference play starts, again, it's fun to play non-conference games. It's fun in those first few games of the season to hit a player in a different uniform. But now these games kind of mean a little bit more, although both these teams are in different divisions in the GSSC. What was it like kind of as a player, even as a coach? You were previously a coach, and these games kind of mean a little bit more as we kind of get later into the season. Although these teams may not directly affect each other in terms of the conference record by the end of the season, this game still means matter a little bit more. For
sure. Once you get to conference, there's teams that you see each year, so these kids know each other, and it means something to get them bragging rights, get them wins, things that they'll remember for a long time.
Bragging rights, to say the least. That goes a long way, and a much-needed momentum as the season moves on, where Langle's Pizza has been a favorite since 1979, serving Northwest Indiana from 3 locations, Highland, Cherville, and Crown Point. Enjoy pizza, sandwiches, and more. Dine in or carry out. Order online at langlespizza.com. Langle's Pizza, the official pizza of the Region Sports Network. Beautiful night here again. The band is now on the field. The referees are about ready for soon to be the national anthem, but again, 2 great teams. Yeah, so you mentioned, you coached with Nick Testa. You mentioned this is a program that, again, a young guy, an energetic guy, and I know Mark Hidalgo. These are 2 great coaches in the GSSC. Mark Hidalgo, he's a defensive-minded guy. He has his guys playing well so far, 2 straight shutouts. As you see, the lights are kind of coming on here at River Forest. But talking about the coaching battle, too, obviously having 2 great guys on both sidelines and 2 programs that are smaller in size, but you need a coach to kind of be that guy, to be the center of the core and to build this community up. Because, again, these are 2 of the smaller teams that are probably going to cover all year, but these guys are no slouches.
For sure, and Coach Hidalgo's been around a long time, coaching multiple sports. Looking at their starting defense, looks like he's running a version of a 3-5, which is going to be aggressive. He's going to be bringing blitzes from different positions. Sometimes, a lot of guys run 2 blitzes a play off of a 3-5. So it's going to be a fun defense to watch. They're going to be looking to catch Wheeler in something and be able to force turnovers and get their offense back on the field.
That 3-5, I got to say the most important position, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's got to be the nose tackle, right? You got to clog up the gaps. You got to let those linebackers run. Talk to me about the nose tackle, how important it is in that defense. Again, the 3-5, you got to clear up holes and let your linebackers do some work.
For sure. That nose guard's got to take up both guards and a tackle and a center. So whether they're slanting or playing big, he's a big part of the defense.
Josh Mayo, the 6 foot, 230-pound sophomore. He's a name to look out for at that position. We're going to tune into the national anthem now. Great rendition there of the national anthem. All right, we're back here, Region Football. We're going to take a little bit of break here as the captains go out for the coin toss. We're going to take a little bit of break here, and football will be just right up next, around the corner, on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC. Welcome back to game night in the region on the Region Sports Network. I believe, did we get who won the toss just there?
I believe River Forest won the toss and elected to receive.
River Forest wants the ball. They're going to come out swinging as both teams run and get ready to go. We got football just right around the corner. Again, it's week 3, just like that, CJ. Again, talk to me again. Being out here, last parting thoughts. What do you want to see here tonight?
No, like you were talking about right before the national anthem. You know, that nose guard Jay Mayo is gonna have a big job keeping those big uglies off those middle linebackers so they can run sideline to sideline.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the big key factors. Again, this defense who has yet to squander up a point, River Forest, that is, against a Wheeler offense that is pretty potent. They got some guys over there that we're going to be definitely talking about here tonight. Good crowd here tonight as well. Stands are still kind of filing in here. First time for me at River Forest, at least as a part of the media. I think I scrimmaged here once, but this is a nice facility, homey to say the least.
Yeah, it is. I coached out here a couple times when I was coaching at Gavitt, back when you were probably in diapers.
Yeah, hey, who's counting, right? Tyne Vetical will kick off. Again, a name we're going to hear a lot tonight, of player who just does it all for the Bearcats. And Turtle is back there for River Forest, a name that is going to be echoed throughout here at River Forest. It's become his second name, basically. Turtle, I believe it was off the show Entourage. It was kind of based off something, a nickname he got as a child.
It's a great nickname.
Great nickname, to say the least. This ball is kicked off and picked up by number 11 there. Bringing it to the outside, and a good hit to start the game for Wheeler, bringing him down at the 20-yard line. That was Michael Turner for River Forest, but a nice start there for the Bearcats.
Yeah, good job stringing him out to the sidelines and not giving him a place to get the edge.
Again, kind of letting these as 1 second here before I get into that. That kickoff was sponsored by Quintel. That was a Quintel kickoff. The kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. But talking about that, again, the first kickoff, I mean, I think it's easy to say, it's just another kickoff, but that first play of the game, it's such a momentum shift for everybody.
Oh, for sure. I mean, big plays that, you want to keep them right from the beginning, and you break one off early, you can gain it quick, or you get a big stop.
Silver gets things going over the left side, but he's brought down by a gang of Bearcats there. Again, getting it started early with Aiden Silver. He's a do-it-all guy at the quarterback position. Took the direct snap, went to the left side. Gain of about 3 there, but a gang of Bearcats. Again, this is going to be a team that's going to have to try and contain Silver as much as possible. 2nd and 7 now for River Forest. Decked out in the maroons. I wasn't too familiar with their jersey game as well. I like the maroon tops, maroon pants, and
a little
gold helmet.
Boston College look.
A little bit. That's kind of what we were all saying up here. And then Wheeler decked out in the all whites. As we got a quick timeout, I believe, on the field. And River Forest, again, only less than a minute in the game, and Mark Hidalgo needs to talk some things over. So that said, we're going to step aside here. This has been Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give.
And we're back here on the Region Sports Network. A quick timeout there from Mark Hidalgo, but the first one for River Forest. And they're getting right back to it. 2nd and 7, Silver in the backfield. Looks like Villagomez behind him. And a handoff to Villagomez. Hits the right hole, and he's going to pick up a first down there for River Forest.
35-yard line, good for an RF.
Great job. River Forest coming out in no splits, so they're toe-to-toe, and they're giving the defensive line very little holes that they can get through.
No doubt about it. Quick start there for River Forest. And that's a 4-season first down. That first down is brought to you by 4 Seasons Mechanical in Maryville, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. Another direct snap to Silver going to that right side, and they see something there. Silver breaks a tackle, gets to Wheeler territory, and he's off to a good start so far. They're keeping it simple. Just snap it to Wheeler, snapping it to Silver, direct snap, let him make a play.
I mean, that's crazy how many tackles he broke. He's not real big, but he's really good, great low sense of gravity and shake and bake.
Aiden Silver, 5'11", 170, the senior. He's just been a do-it-all guy for this Ingot football program. Another 4 seasons first down here. Silver, again, direct snap. This time he's bottled up by a gang of Bearcats. Over there was Connor Welch, a sophomore. So you also see, again, what I like seeing here, you got a lot of guys kind of rotating in, a lot of younger guys as well. Although they're playing two ways, you need some guys to step up. And again, with a player, with a program that has a lot of players playing two ways, if he were to graduate, again, you're losing two players. So you need a lot of guys to step up, especially for the future of this program.
For sure. And, on top of that, we talked about earlier, just be able to give someone a blow for, a couple minutes, or a couple plays, to get them back in there. Coach, you can talk to them, settle them down, get them back in the game.
No doubt about it. 2nd and 8 now, just under 10 to go in the first quarter. Silver in the pistol formation. Villagomez to his right. A handoff to Villagomez, and churns his way for a few more yards. Stopped initially kind of at the line of scrimmage and then found a way. Again, he's got a small stature as well, but he runs pretty tough. Only 5'5", 165 pounds, but definitely plays above his height and weight. Also a linebacker as well. That's not the typical linebacker stature, but it's hard over height for him. He runs and plays hard, and you got to give respect to that.
And you're starting to see Wheeler starting to creep up to the line of scrimmage. Blitzing the open gaps. They got to get more guys on the line of scrimmage with this powerful offense.
And again, it's going to be interesting to see as we kind of have an empty set here. Now we're bringing a man in motion. Who's going to kind of try and throw the ball first? And looks like it's going to be the Ingots. I lied. Aiden Silver is going to QB draw and get another first down for River Forest. Again, spread everybody out wide and then hit them right up the middle.
Yeah, and way too much room. They had a blitzer in the middle, but both tackles outside guards, and that was just stealing there for Silva.
Another first down there for River Forest. That first down is all first downs are brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Again, Mike Dewan here with CJ Compton, Nick Russ behind the keys, and Clint Klaus behind the camera. A great crew here tonight, and a lot of love here at River Forest letting us come out here and do this, but we're having a lot of fun here tonight. It's some laundry. Our first flag is on the field. Pre-snap penalty, unforced errors. You don't need these in games like this. Or so we...
Looks like he shook it off. Oh.
Sideline warning. Okay. And it's going to be to Wheeler.
Gotta leave the side judge room to run up and down the sidelines.
Yep. They're important. They're important. You need to give them some room. And again, it's only a warning. They'll get those guys right. I mean, one of the things I remember as a player, coaches would always make sure we're behind a line. We basically couldn't be on the field. We were almost on the track. We had to back up so much.
For sure.
As Silver hands it off to Villagomez, and this time some more laundry on the field as that play was bottled up. But here now we got a pre-snap penalty, I'd imagine, as it came from that same far side of the field.
Yeah, over at Munster, we had a backup guy. When we played, Coach Marsh had, our head trainer played, had two jobs. Obviously, taking care of the health of all the players, but he was the backup guy. He made sure everyone was back.
The get-back coaches. That was a false start there from River Forest. Everybody needs a get-back guy, especially when it costs you a couple yards. In that case, it didn't yet for Wheeler, but hopefully to eliminate that. But now River Forest behind the sticks. I bet they're still going to maybe try and still work on that run game that's been pretty dominant so far. But again, I'm interested to see who throws the ball first. I'd expect it to be Wheeler, but River Forest, they're not afraid to as well.
For sure.
It's Villagomez again. This time it's bottled up there again. Winning first down is a big key for any team, and Jaden Ortiz, also the fantastic running back for the Bearcats, got in there behind the line and made the play. And you see Wheeler kind of turn into that five-man front here. They're trying to stop the run. They're almost daring River Forest to throw the football.
It's a lot of personnel coming out there. We may be able to see a different formation here.
Yeah, what I've seen so far from River Forest, they mix up the formations a lot. They had everybody in tight, an H-back and a tight end, and you saw on the QB draw they had basically 5 wide receivers with a guy going in motion. As we see here, a little bit of dressing here, a little bit of window dressing. And another flag.
It might have been a delay.
It might have been a delay. The play clock was running down. A little bit too much pizzazz.
No, it wasn't play clock.
Interesting here. A lot of guys looking around, but looks like they're going to walk it back.
I think it's procedure.
So it looks like an illegal procedure there, and that's going to get 2 penalties in this set of downs. It's what you can't do when you're in opposing territory in a game as big as this.
That may have been too many in the huddle.
It's a great question. I don't know. It's a lot of people up here, even the press box, kind of looking around, but nonetheless, it sets Wheeler back tremendously. Now a 2nd and 19. As that pass is complete, little swing pass to number 84 there of River Forest, breaks a tackle, breaks another tackle, looking to get to at least 10 yards there, and that kind of makes things a little bit easier for River Forest. So that pass was caught by number 84, Levi Harper, the 6'3 senior. Again, a little bit of a bubble pass there, just try and throw it out to him in space, get some yards, and made a couple guys miss and makes this a little bit more manageable on 3rd and 10.
Yeah, it's interesting, too, because it really puts Wheeler in a bind. They have to respect Silver, running the ball at any time. So when you spread guys out, they can't go, out as far as they normally would. They have to respect that run.
Yeah, and I think it's a good mix there from River Forest to, again, establish the run, but also make sure this defense could try and defend you, the width of the field. You got to play the guys in space, and they're doing just that. A good play there on 3rd and 10 to potentially, if they could split this in half, they could be 4-down territory. Silver gets the snap, rolls out right, looking to make a play. But he's chased down there, and that ball looks to come out.
Oh, they got lucky there.
And I think they called him down. That was an awkward tackle, to say the least, but Wheeler came up with the football. As we got a late flag there, that was an awkward tackle as well, coming from behind. Interesting to see. That could be horse collar territory there. A good play nonetheless by Wheeler, but it might be a horse collar. And it will be the horse collar tackle. Was an awkward tackle. Glad Silver is okay. Looks like he almost got rolled up on, and that's going to be a big first down there. Again, a play that could have stuffed Silver in the backfield and set them up for a 4th and kind of long. Now becomes a Forest season's first down.
Yeah, that's a tough one there. I mean, you want your defenders to be aggressive. I'm sure young man wasn't trying to do that, but you can't get that. You got to keep those hands out from behind the shoulder pads.
No doubt about it. Been quite the drive so far for River Forest. It's started on the 20, and it's taken over half this quarter. Again, and what is this formation? We have a receiver. That's Jeremiah. He is at the 30-yard line. We're catching that on our camera, and that's going to be, I've never seen that before, a smoke screen kind of get him a running start. Wow.
Yeah, that's a new one to me. I've seen a lot of different stuff, but I've never seen a wide receiver line up 25 yards deep.
So we caught that on our camera. Clint Klaus behind the lens there. But Jeremiah standstill, lined up. They were at the 20-yard line. Jeremiah was at the 30-yard line. Gave him a running start. Play worked a little bit. He got 5 yards. I mean, when you got a player with that much, that frame, and give him a running start. Again, he's 175 pounds, 5'11", but they trust him to, hey, if we give you a running start, you're going to make a play, and they did just that. But that's a first.
Yeah, you look to that could be setting up something later. You get a corner to jump that, and you're wide open on the corner out.
It is all a chess game here. Now 2nd and 5. Looks like the pistol formation again. Villagomez behind Silver as well with the H-back. That's going to be a handoff to Villagomez, and that should be close to the first down. Might finish just short. Bring up 3rd and short. But a nice mix of plays so far from River Forest. Again, we saw that last play to make the corners and make sure they're awake out there, and then obviously smash it down the middle with Villagomez and Silver.
Yeah, Coach Ladago putting some stuff up for people to see on film.
No doubt about it, which is why we are happy. Hey, as fun as it is being here, this is film for some other guys too. So this is always interesting, but definitely one of the more interesting plays we saw on that second down, or first down, I should say. Villagomez off to his left. Silver will be quarterback here, looking to hand off. He's going to keep it himself, make a man miss. And that's going to be pretty close. And that ball might have come out. A couple hands pointing towards Wheeler. I don't know if they called him down.
No, but I think he's definitely short. Okay.
Looks like the official might be calling a timeout on his. Yeah, they may bring the chains.
Interesting call here. It's a long drive, but it's a long game. Sometimes points are the most important part of it.
So they stuffed him there, it looks like. And look at the down and distance over there. I mean, that is 4th and very, very short. Obviously, this is Four Seasons 4-down territory, Four Seasons mechanical. They're entered, again, the Four Seasons 4-down territory. You're a Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist.
It
looks like they're bringing the chains out. as they do this, how do you feel about like potentially the NFL adopting the laser or the bird's
crazy.
eye? Yeah, you're a purist, football purist.
I don't
where
know. I mean,
we need
you
the
want
chain
them to get it right.
You need the chain guys, right?
There's so many things I think they can fix to get right.
Sure.
I don't know that the chain guys have gotten it wrong that many times.
As Clint Klaus behind the camera, and looks like from our vantage point, he will be just short here, fourth and less than a yard.
4 inches for RF.
Again, I'd like to say this is 4 Seasons, 4 Down territory. Your Northwest Indiana heating and air cooling specialist. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. Again, a drive that has spanned 6 minutes almost, beyond 6 minutes, I should say, almost 8 minutes. You want to get some points, and I think you want to get it in the sound of a touchdown.
Yeah, and just keeping it out of Wheeler's hands, for almost the entire first quarter is amazing.
It's not easy to do, especially bounce back with an offense who, again, a quarterback who's only playing one way. You got to stay warm over there on the sidelines. Looks like kind of a tight set again against Silver at quarterback. They're going to bring in Arana, again the H-back, as well as Marquise Harris kind of on the outside, and then Carlos Villagomez in the backfield. Everybody in tight, man on man here. Looks to be a handoff to Villagomez, and that's going to be close, but a gang of Bearcats might have hold him.
I think he's short.
And it looks like he did. The Bearcats have the football. What a stop by Wheeler. Again, a team that was on the field for almost 8 minutes. They bend, but they did not break.
Yeah, it's going to be important now for this defense to come out and make a statement. They give up a long one here. It's going to be hard to keep morale up.
No doubt about it. It's a drive like that, you want to try and capitalize, and red zone opportunities, who knows how many you're going to have for the rest of this game. But now we get our first look at the Wheeler offense and the River Forest defense, who has yet, again, to give up a point so far this season. Klimzak with the pitch there. That'll be Ortiz on the outside and can't really get things going.
Ortiz with the carry.
Wheeler's going to spread you out, and they're going to have a bunch of wide receivers on the field. But talking to Coach Testa, last week he threw the ball 33 times and ran it 28, so they're still pretty balanced.
Yeah, the Northwest Indiana offensive schemes have really, looking at how, it's changed so much since 5 years ago. It's
sure.
The RPOs and everything. And Testa's kind of pushing that envelope, although maybe, you don't have the size of a school like Crown Point or, Maryville or those other schools. They're still trying to kind of get the players and build up this new offensive scheme. Klimzak, the quarterback, looking at our first throw of the contest,
Wow.
And he just floated it over, and that's going to be a first down. What a ball there from the senior.
Yeah, great touch pass. That was a tough pass. River Forest did everything they were supposed to do to get in the window there, and he still put it right over the top of the defender.
A little bit of an outside corner there. That's caught by Tyne Vetical for 4 Seasons. First down there, the first one for the Wheeler Bearcats. And, yeah, you mentioned it's looking at Klimzak here from our vantage point. He's they got him here in the roster at 6'6". He's
he's big.
That's a big boy.
He's almost 200 pounds, too. So
no kidding.
Hard to bring down from those defensive linemen.
Connor Welch, the H-back in motion. A handoff to Ortiz. Looking to break to the outside. Finds something there and gets about a gain of 8. Again, as you mentioned, Wheeler doing a great job at kind of spreading the field and establishing that run game early.
The wide receivers for Wheeler are doing a really nice job of stock blocking corners and defensive backs out there, too.
2nd and 3.
Plenty of action here on the Region Sports Network tonight. We'll get more into the games as the night progresses. That's going to be a handoff there to Ortiz again. A little bit out of the pistol formation. This time the Ingots stuff that. That's going to bring up a 3rd and short. Very short. Might be a couple inches. But Ortiz, again, he's kind of that bell cow there so far for Wheeler. He's a guy that hopefully could try and get the DBs in the box to eventually let Klimzak kind of sling the rock when the time comes. Ortiz, 39 carries through 2 games. Again, 146 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. I don't think he went into the season last year as the starter, but has stepped up big time. The 3rd and short. Again, the give to Ortiz. He finds a hole. Zigs and zags and gets the first down there for the Bearcats.
Trap right up the middle.
Again, that's going to be kind of the X factor there. It's that D line. How are they going to make room for those linebackers to kind of stop this pretty solid Wheeler run game? He's been very solid so far, but that's another Four Seasons first down, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. A little bit under 2 minutes, just like that in the first quarter. A lot of running the ball, a lot of pretty good offense so far. It's just who's going to capitalize first. Klimczak in the pistol, waiting for the snap, got it. Going to have the play action pass, looking for a deep shot here, looking for Compton. And it just over the outstretched arms. Bryce Compton has that track speed, the track level athlete, size and speed out there, but just missed him there. That could have been a big one there for the Bearcats.
For sure, he had a few steps on him there.
How do you like the play call there? Play action, obviously, what was that, 3 straight runs on the set of downs before, and this time you kind of open it up there. Thumbs up there from our producer, Nick Russ. But I think that's a pretty good call there from Nick Testa and the Bearcats.
Oh, absolutely. It's first down, too, so, no harm, no foul. You still got a couple plays to get first.
No doubt about it. One of the first few passes we've seen so far, but a pretty good ball there from Klimczak. Showing us a lot of poise so far in the early parts of this game. The 2nd and 10 gets the snap. Another play action. Back to throw, looking here, and that's a bang play.
Oh.
And they got nothing there. Bang play, to say the least.
Yeah, a lot of contact.
A lot of contact. Nonetheless, pass was intended for Tyne Vetical, and a good play over there by the River Forest cornerback / just defensive back over there. That was number 12, Royce Thompson, the two-way player. Again, I like the call there, too, as well. Again, going back to the play action. 2 pretty close throws just outside the mark.
Coach is looking for the home run.
No kidding. Now we got a 3rd and 10. Now you pin your ears back, and you might send a couple guys, but make sure they don't get to the sticks. But the 3rd and 10 here. Connor Welch again in motion. Finds a man, Bryce Compton, little comebacker at the sticks, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, that was a great route. Really, really good job selling the ball upfield and then sticking your foot in the ground and hitting that out route.
Talented guy nonetheless in Bryce Compton. Two guys that really hooked up last year with that quarterback to wide receiver connection. Another Four Seasons first down, brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Maryville.
You're on top of a great route, like you just said. And the ball's there, it's on time.
Two guys that have thrown a lot of passes with each other, especially last year, and trying to get that thing going a little bit this year as we get into conference play. Now 2 running backs offset, one going in motion. Looking to be the pitch here. This is number 42 on the left side. Breaks a tackle, gets a few yards there for the Bearcats. Number 42, that is Levi Murray, the freshman. Gotta love that, getting the young guys some representation there as we get under 30 seconds here in the first quarter.
Yeah, bring them freshmen up, let them play when they can compete.
Let them play. Again, big for the future. Of course, obviously the present. We want you to perform now, but you're going to be a guy that you're going to get some tick come as we get more experience, get ready to go, and get ready for these future seasons. But
absolutely, especially when you got some good senior leadership that can show them how it's done.
No doubt about it. This may look to be the end of the first quarter of action. Still knotted up at 0. 2 good drives here so far. Wheeler threatening. River Forest had a long drive that just couldn't capitalize. But we'll be back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back. Here's 0-0 ball game here. Hey, Ennigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, Instagram, and Region Sports Network YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Ennigenberg Exteriors. You can find them on the web at ebergexteriors.com. One of those teams that are on the list, the top 10, is the River Forest Ingots, but on the bubble, the Wheeler Bearcats, team that started the year on our list. Two teams that are definitely worth the spot on that list as we get things started in the second quarter. Jaden Ortiz gets the handoff. Looking to make a couple guys miss on the second and short. Might be close to a first down as River Forest swarms him there. That's going to be a close measurement to say the least. But
I was surprised they ran the ball there. Short and second and short. I thought Coach Testa might roll the dice and go for the end zone.
I'm a big fan of the shot play, too, on second and short. Again, you may have a play, maybe even two plays at your disposal. Now this brings up a third and short. Again, I expect them to kind of pound the rock here, but still got a couple yards now. I like a third and short, and we'll see where they go here. Again, 2 long drives so far. Only been 2 drives in this football game, believe it or not, as we enter the second quarter, as this is Wheeler's first. Again, Ortiz off to Klimzak's left in the shotgun. We're going to throw it on third down, looking for the backside, and that's going to be picked off. Look for the backside route, but they got picked off there, and that's going to be, I think, Royce Thompson, number 12 of River Forest. And it will be the two-way player for the Ingots. Again, tried to find the guy on the backside, tried maybe a double move over there. Just kind of, again, this tough weather, it's not easy to throw, especially a ball that deep. And again, another big, I'd say just big takeaway. Stopped them on a long drive. Still 0 points on the board for both teams.
Yeah, but the way he threw that ball, it looked to me like Caleb lost track of the safety because he put a lot of touch on that, get it over the top of the corner, and I think he just lost track of where the safety was at.
Klimzak now up to 7 interceptions on the year. As great as he's been as a passer, one of the concerns through these first 2 non-conference games they've had is protecting the football. And that's one he may want back, especially after a great of a drive as that been. And now River Forest looking to take over. Has a lot more motion and window dressing here from the Ingots. Aiden Silver again back in the pistol. Villagoma's behind him. A reverse there. Going to be handed off there. Looks like that's going to be Jeremiah Stansel.
Yeah, first counter action we've seen.
Like you kind of pull somebody from the backside, trying,
pulled everybody from the backside.
Basically, not just one person.
Both running backs and a guard, I believe.
Again, I like this too. A lot more run heavy kind. I like River Forest. I like again a lot of inside run. Just man on man, basically. Who's going to be kind of the bigger guys there to make the plays, and a lot of physicality in this game so far. Two receivers out wide, and Villagoma's behind Silver. Again, a second and about 8 now as we approach 10 minutes to go in the first half. Silver gets the snap, high snap, gets it to Villagomez, bounces to the outside, trying to make a man miss, and a good hit there. But a few more yards there for the Ingots. That tackle was made by number 3 of the Bearcats. I could find that's Keegan Cool of Wheeler. But again, now a third and manageable here for River Forest. Again, Mike Dewan. Sorry about that. Again, Mike Dewan here. C.J. Compton, Nick Russ behind the computer, not the keys. I'll correct myself there. And then there we go. And then a Clint Klaus behind the camera. What do you like here, C.J.? And probably, I think we're expecting it here, but you want to put the ball in Silver's hands, or Villagoma's been running the ball pretty well too. So it looks like it's going to be Silver, number 1 there, and he's bottled up. So we saw their emotion from the close side of the field, tried to fake the jet sweep and kind of a QB keeper, and Wheeler bottled that one up pretty quickly.
Yeah, Wheeler's been really, really aggressive when it comes to 3rd and 4th down. They're not trusting the pass or not, believing it's going to be passed. They're really trying to get after Silver.
I'm interested to see when River Forest is going to decide to kind of throw the football. The one throw I really remember, we had the kind of flat on the far side of the field on that first drive, and the crazy play over here later in the drive where Stansel was 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage, but nothing really downfield quite yet. Interested to see when they're kind of try and open that up and maybe get those DBs away, because the punt is away for River Forest. That takes an Ingot bounce, to say the least, but that's going to be about Wheeler's 46-yard line, looking to capitalize now on their second drive.
Great possession defensively for the Bearcats.
Again, a lot of defense here so far. Again, check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays from this week's football action. Visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, or on Instagram. Electrifying plays are presented by IBEW Local 697, the electrical professionals. But yeah, good first drive from Wheeler now. But again, a turnover. You got to limit those errors for sure. We'll see how they bounce back here on the second drive. Looks like a handoff there to Ortiz. Made a man miss, bounced in the middle, and got a gain of about 6 there for Wheeler.
He almost stopped, back up, and completely changed his direction.
How important is winning first down?
It's huge. I mean, it's so much easier to do things when you got 4 yards to go for sure, especially with a team that can run and throw.
With the 2nd and 4, again, it kind of expands the playbook a little bit. You mentioned kind of the philosophy of taking a shot play at this point. Again, we know how Wheeler could throw the football, and it kind of opens up that playbook, to say the least.
And he's got Compton out here 1-1.
I'm sure he likes that. Again, 2 running backs offset along with the H-back. Looks like an inside handoff to Ortiz. Again, has been toting the rock a lot here for Wheeler, and that might be a 3rd and short. Again, River Forest, they're not allowing the big plays here. Neither side has so far. Again, we've got a lot of star power on both sides, but it's been a pretty good job from River Forest, bending but not breaking. But a 3rd and short now for Wheeler. So we get down to about 7.5 minutes of the first half. That's been pretty brief. Knock on wood for those that may want to go home early, but we're having a great time nonetheless. Ortiz has the handoff. He'll have the first down and more. I mentioned the big play, and that might be it. Ortiz down at the 5-yard line, but inside the red zone for the Bearcats.
Yeah, he made one quick horizontal move and was straight up the field. That was a really nice job.
Impressive, to say the least, there from Ortiz, who's just been that guy so far. This is a game where weather kind of suits you, especially a running football team. When the weather gets cold, you don't want to tackle guys like that running full speed. And a big chance here for Wheeler to get on the board first. That was another 4 seasons first down there from Wheeler, as a couple has been. It's been plenty so far, but a big one nonetheless. Now that brings up 1st and goal from about the 5-yard line. Wheeler looking to capitalize and strike first. Klimzek gets a snap, gives it to Ortiz again. Stretches, but he's going to be just short. Gets about 3 there, kind of cuts that yardage to gain in half. Opens the playbook a little bit more. I'd still like them running the football here, CJ.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to put the ball in the air here and, turn it over.
Just approaching now 6 minutes to go here in the first half at River Forest. Again, Klimzek in the shotgun, Ortiz to his left. It's going to be a handoff again to Ortiz, looking to plunge, and no, he cannot. Not so fast here from River Forest. Doing a great job. Bend, don't break. That looked to be number 11 there on the tackle for the Ingots, Michael Turner. A lot of names. I love this game has been so fun to call so far because we just have the same people just making plays left and right. I mean, it's awesome. Guys all over the field. Well-deserved rest after any game with these teams. Ice baths, hot tubs, whatever. Give it to them. They deserve it. These are some dogs out here, to say the least. But now we got a 3rd and 2 to go. Goal to go for the Bearcats. And he's going to throw it here, and that's batted down. Tried a little bit of an RPO there, had a man in the flat. Probably had him
wide
open.
Yeah, number 18.
Could have backpedaled in, but a nice play there. I believe that was broken up there by the 6'3" frame of Marquise Harris. Came off the edge, snuffed that play out. I mean, tremendously. And now 4th and 2. Obviously, this is 4-down territory. 4 seasons, 4-down territory. And this is a very similar spot we saw the Ingots in the first quarter.
Huge play to knock that down. And H-back was coming across in motion and snuck out. And he was wide open, Connor Welch.
He had him. I like the play call there. You sneak that H-back out, but now we got a 4th and short for the Bearcats. Looking to capitalize while the Ingots looking to get off the field. Looks like we have a timeout, I believe.
Timeout.
Wheeler's going to burn their first timeout. So we're going to take it. We're going to step aside here. Again, you're watching Game Night in the Region.
Timeout.
On the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road you can take to.
Welcome back here on the Region Sports Network. Down and distance, 4th and goal here for the Bearcats, looking to strike first. That timeout was by River Forest. And here's a snap, looking to throw it here. Got a man open in the flat, and it's just off the mark. Similar play we kind of saw on that third down. Had a man open in the flat. Just missed him. Tough catch there, tough throw. And another squandered red zone trip. For this time for the Bearcats.
Had him wide open there.
Just a tough missed throw. Had him kind of open. I like the play call. Had him, again, you got the defense in the box.
Yes.
You kind of have that play action. Sneak the guy in the flat.
Sort of a pick route, between two wide receivers, trying to get that corner to make a decision on where he's going to go and hit the open one. Just left the pass a little flat, a little more air under it, and it's a touchdown.
What was that, 2 drives for Wheeler now? One of them was a pretty decent drive, but that ended in an interception. And this time, a 4th and goal from the 2, and just missed that pass on the outside. We've had 2 trips to the red zone so far, one by each team, and both just came up short. And still scoreless with 5 minutes to go.
First on Coach Hidalgo's mind here is going to be getting the ball out of the end zone.
Nobody likes to punt, let alone just play out of the shadow of your own end zone. River Forest looking to do that now. Snap to Silver. Looks like he's going to keep it and keep it himself. Slides down there, protects himself. Silver obviously not afraid of contact, though. Still plays defense, but, of course, you want to keep him in the game as long as you can.
For sure.
Good. I like the play call there from River Forest. Again, as you mentioned, the shadow of your own end zone, looking to just have the quarterback make a read and have your senior make a play. He's a gamer back there, a lot of reps.
Yeah, get the ball out to the 10-yard line or almost to the 10-yard line. Now at least you got a little bit of breathing room to play.
Still not much passing from this River Forest offense. Again, Aiden Silver, 10 of 24 on the year on the passing, 131 yards, has a touchdown and pick. So interesting to see when they kind of open that up. But now a 2nd and 5 here for River Forest. Silver gets the snap, going to give it to Villagomez. Inside run, that's going to be bottled up there from Wheeler. A lot of good inside run defense so far from Wheeler. They've been very impressive against Villagomez and even Silver sometimes.
All the run plays got Wheeler's sucked up pretty close to the line of scrimmage. Be interested to see if we run into a quick tight end over the middle or something to attack the middle of the field.
Wheeler, the reigning GSSC South Division champs. They started out 0-3 last year and then ran the table, 6 straight wins en route to a GSSC crown. Nick Testa, also the reigning GSSC coach. A team that's looking to kind of repeat. Obviously, they don't want to start 0-3 like they did last year. And they're showing us a lot here tonight. Silver gets the snap, going to roll it to his right. Might throw it, and he will. And that pass is bobbled and dropped there. Had a man kind of there, a little bit of an out route, well beyond the sticks. I believe that was Jeremiah Stansell, but just got out of his reach.
Yeah, tough pass. 3 guys in coverage there, but Silver put the ball right on the money.
Yeah, great throw there from Silver. Again, off-platform. I'd imagine he works on that a lot with how mobile he is. The scramble drill is important. Obviously, that was pretty much a set play, but very talented play there from Silver. Just tough to get out of reach. But now, again, we're still kind of in the shadow of your own end zone, his own end zone.
Exactly what Wheeler wanted, a quick turnover. Now they're going to have 3 minutes, try to get some points out of this.
And the ball's kind of bobbled there and looking to get out. He's going to chuck it and run out of bounds, and Wheeler's got that as a flag is thrown at the end of the play. Interesting to see what that will be, but Wheeler, as of now, could take over.
Penalty marker on the play.
If this is a personal foul, this could be quite the break for River Forest, but a chaotic play nonetheless. A bobbled snap, forcing, I believe that was Silver, to roll out to his left. Thought about throwing it, eventually just tucked it and conceded. And they got him for a face mask on that play on the sideline. And a big break for the River Forest Ingots, and a tough penalty to swallow there for Wheeler. Talk about, again, this next play, in my opinion, is huge. You think you're off the field. What do you want to see from both sides here? I mean, River Forest, you got to probably try and get a big play out of here, right? And Wheeler, you got to bounce back.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Wheeler's just got to go back on defense, do the same thing they just did. River Forest got a huge break here and try to put some points on the board.
No doubt about it.
After the penalty, ball spotted on 21.
And that'll end up being a Four Seasons first down here for River Forest. Not maybe the way they wanted to, but they will take it nonetheless. A big break there from River Forest to get out of their end zone and potentially kill some clock and hopefully try and convert as well. Silver gets the snap there. A little bit of pressure from Wheeler. Looking to throw it now, and that's going to be just at the feet there of number 12, Royce Thompson, who had the interception earlier on Caleb Klimzak.
Nice idea, though. Show Wheeler something you haven't seen, being aggressive in the air and first down.
Yeah, we haven't seen it. We haven't seen much the first down pass yet, and I like changing the playbook. Again, it's tough weather to throw in. A little bit of gusty winds here tonight, and as well the temps are not great. But, again, I like mixing the playbook, and especially, again, coming under 3 minutes, you're trying to put some points on the board nonetheless. And River Forest looking to be the ones to strike first. Now a 4 wide receiver set. A lot of different formations here from the Ingots. Villagomez off to Silver's right. We got some laundry on the field from the far side. It looks like it's going to be false start here. A lot of penalties kind of, trickled in throughout these drives that have ultimately set these teams back.
Yeah, it was pretty clean for a while. And starting to get a few here now, maybe a little nerve setting in.
A little bit, and
then you're starting to get into the end of the half too, so you might have some guys shuffling in now that weren't in earlier, giving some guys a break. So
sure,
that's what's hard about running teams at these smaller schools, and everyone's got to be on the same page, not just your first 11, your first 15 guys, that may be going in the game being on the same page.
And again, it is still week 3, so it's not like we're in week 8, week 9 where this stuff is natural. Now, again, you've had the whole summer, maybe even some of the spring to kind of lock things in, but these teams are still pretty young in this regular season, and there's still a lot to kind of, it looks like penalties are going to offset, excuse me. So Wheeler picks up their second sideline warning, and that'll offset that potential false start. So we're gonna take it back up where we left off at a 2nd and 10. But we need that get-back coach over there for the Bearcats.
Yeah.
Villagomez going out motion right. Fakes it there. Got a man over the middle. A nice play there from River Forest, and that ball gets away. And it's going to be picked up by Wheeler. What a play there. This is picked up, broken back field, has some room. Looking to make a man miss. That's number 5 of Wheeler's. He gets down kind of back to the line of gain. That was Tyne Vetical, the guy who just does it all for this Bearcat squad.
Kind of talked about, what I talked about a little bit earlier is I thought they'd be aggressive going over the middle here. With these linebackers getting pulled up, but big hit and lost track of the ball.
A nice play there from River Forest. Again, a motion going to the close side of the field, makes the defenders play the width of the field and opens up kind of the middle where he found, again, number 6, who I believe that was Marquise Harris. But it looks like now we got a flag there on the far side of the field. So, yeah, you mentioned this was a pretty clean game to start, but a little bit of a scuffling there at the end.
This one, I think, is emotions. It looks like we had a little extracurriculars going on there after the play was well done.
Looks like a personal foul there on the River Forest side. Yes, as you mentioned, again, a lot of players that are familiar with each other. You see them just about the whole night. A lot of guys going both ways. And that just adds insult to injury, makes things a little bit bad to worse when you have a play like that. It looks pretty good. Ball gets away, picks up, and Tyne Vetical makes a couple guys miss, and you add a couple more yards on top of that. It's not ideal.
Yeah, you never want the referee telling your coach that someone was giving him the business.
That's for sure. Tyne Vetical, again, had the scoop there, made a couple guys miss. Only a junior. Again, he does it all for this Bearcat squad. Right place, right time. Scoops it up, got a few yards there. And now Wheeler's looking the first team. Again, 2:24 left here in the first half. They're looking to strike first. We knew this would be a close game. This was a 17-14 contest last year in River Forest's favor. These are 2 games. I think the last 2 seasons, these 2 teams have been decided by single digits. So we've had a treat here so far through the first half.
Absolutely. especially if you like defense like me.
You and me both. You and me both. It's been a slugfest so far as the referees seem to be still kind of talking things over, potentially maybe figuring out the proper spot. I believe they already added on the penalty yard, so that's about the range where they'd be, and that looks to be kind of at the River Forest 17-yard line. So 1st and 10 now for Wheeler. 2:24 to go. Wheeler has all 3 timeouts. I made a mistake earlier. I said that they burned one. That was River Forest, so Wheeler still has 3 timeouts to burn as they're looking to capitalize here. Ortiz again. Big stiff arm there, but he's bottled up in the backfield as River Forest now gets him behind the line of scrimmage. A nice stiff arm there from Ortiz, but couldn't do much with that ingot front.
They're real aggressive on that backside. We had a linebacker blitz, and then defensive end or defensive tackle really setting the edge.
Mark Hidalgo, a defensive guy, also the wrestling coach of this longtime wrestling coach of the River Forest wrestling team, a program that has been very solid in the wrestling world as the last few years, and he's got a lot of guys on this football team that also wrestle for River Forest. Looks to be a kind of a back shoulder fade there, and that's going to be just off the mark. Intended receiver Bryce Compton.
That might be the first pass. That one and also the one on the flat the other way that has been, I think, pretty affected by the wind.
It's a tough ball. Again, the outside, throwing something outside the numbers. But, yeah, that wind has kind of taken that football, and these could have been some pretty big plays here so far for the Bearcats, but nothing to kind of show for it.
Yeah, and Klimczak, you can't throw that ball on the up shoulder, and get too close to that corner, so he's trying to get the ball to the sideline, but I think it just died on him.
Now, just like that, a 3rd and 11 after the big-time turnover there from the Bearcats. They're looking to kind of at least cut this yardage in half and maybe set up a 4th down. Klimczak rolling out to his right, looking to throw a backside screen, and he might have had him, but he dropped it. Short-armed it there, had Ortiz in the flat, could have had some green space in front of him. A nice dialed-up play call there by Nick Testa and his guys, but just came up short there on the throw. And now it's decision time here for the Bearcats.
Yeah, 4th and 10.
Not easy, not an easy down and distance, not easy kicking weather as well, but it looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field.
They were trying to see something on that last play. You look at them slipping Connor Welch back over the middle. He was wide open on that last screen.
We got 4 seasons, 4-down territory. Klimczak back in center. Pump fake, looking to find a man in the end zone. And it's picked off again. Royce Thompson, make it 2, and he's trying to return it. Gets tackled there at the 20. What a catch there from Royce Thompson. Again, kind of a jump ball there. Try and see if someone can come down with it. But Royce Thompson skied up in the air, snagged that out of the air, and got good return on it as well.
Huge effort. I mean, it's real easy to put your head down, when you're on Wheeler in that play. But big tackle. Braden Olson came out of nowhere. He makes a tackle there, or he's getting at least 20, 30 more yards, maybe taking it to the house.
Royce Thompson putting his wide receiver skills to work. That's the nice part about playing wide receiver and DB. You get a lot of balls thrown your way. You got great ball skills, and they trust him to be in that position. And he's shown it so far.
And you may not see so many plays downfield.
No.
Wide receiver at River Forest. You're getting a lot of counters. You're getting some carries. You're getting some out routes. So that's him to be able to get up in the air downfield and make a play.
Looks like River Forest now will burn their 3rd timeout. Again, they burned one earlier, which I said was Wheeler's. But River Forest now out of timeouts, 1:28 to go. I'm interested to see kind of what they will do here. Wheeler has all 3 timeouts still. This is a big set of downs. We're going to take a quick little break, I'd say, and we'll come right back here with Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence.
We're back here at River Forest High School. Again, a quick timeout here. We're trying to figure out how many timeouts each team has left, but nonetheless, that was River Forest's previous timeout. As a bobbled snap there from Silver. looking to just hold on to the football. And he will, but that was – you got to be careful here right now. If you're River Forest, you're in the shadow of your own end zone. You don't want to give up any free points for Wheeler.
Yeah, your defense has played fantastic game, but you don't want to give them the ball inside the 10-yard line, that's for sure.
This time Wheeler burns a timeout. We'll keep it right here. A lot to kind of take in. A pretty wild first half so far. Again, stay with us as we kind of get ready for the halftime. We're going to have our Host Connections halftime report. We'll bring it back here with CJ and I breaking down the first half as well as plenty other games happening so far here around the region. It's been a fun first 2.5 weeks. We got some good games to show for you tonight. Again, it'll be the Host Connections halftime report brought to you by Host Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web on hostconnectionsincorporated.com. Host Connections, proven under pressure. So, yeah, I mean, for here, River Forest, you want to try and hold on to the football, make Wheeler burn those timeouts, and escape this half at least with the 0-0 score.
Yeah, with your backup against the end zone, I don't think you're going to see anything fancy here. You're going to see, probably Silver carrying the ball, securing the ball and getting upfield to make Wheeler burn these timeouts.
No doubt about it. Silver gets the direct handoff. Again, you got to make sure he doesn't break one as well because he has that ability.
He almost did there.
Again, he's a tough one to bring down. Turtle, they call him here at River Forest. They call him that on the PA, which is awesome. But that's a tough run there to kind of, put River Forest back in proper position as Wheeler now burns another timeout, looking to try and get the ball back here and potentially make some noise. Still 1:13 to go here in the first half. So we believe that is Wheeler's final timeout. I think by our count they might have one more. We're still trying to figure that out. But nonetheless, Wheeler's trying to, obviously, they're playing aggressive here. I bet both teams believe they should be up a couple scores, and they know they're capable of doing so. But Wheeler, they're trying to get the ball back here and bring that momentum for the second half.
And Turtle put them in a position to be third and manageable now. Now, the playbook opens up a little bit. Now your back's not in the end zone anymore. You're not you're not second and 16. You're third and manageable, and, the playbook will open up. You maybe take a chance here and then punt, especially if Wheeler doesn't have any timeouts left.
Just got to hold on to the ball, I'd say, here for River Forest. We saw their previous punt attempt. A little bit of a bobblehead snap there in the end zone, and without that penalty call, that could have been another red zone trip for Wheeler. 4 receivers set. Villagomez off to Silver's right. Gets the snap. Looking to throw it here. A quick hitch route, and that ball is just short arm there. Had a guy open there, number 84, Levi Harper. Again, it's a lot tougher to throw the football in weather where it's kind of creeping to 65, and if it's 80 degrees, that pass may be complete, but that ball, it's a little bit harder to throw when it's a couple degrees cooler.
Yeah, I really thought they'd keep it on the ground. Maybe with some trickery, but keep it on the ground and keep that clock going. Incomplete passes gives Wheeler an extra timeout.
Yeah, exactly for Wheeler. That's kind of what they want there. That would have been a big play there to probably pick up the first down there for the Ingots, but now that opens the door for Wheeler, stops the clock still. Only 1:10 to go. Looks like Silver's going to punt this one away. This time a much better punt. Takes a little bit of a River Forest bounce, then back to the 50-yard line. Goes more fortunate for Wheeler, and they just might be in River Forest territory. So now a little bit of a 1-minute drill here for this kind of pass-happy Wheeler offense. Obviously, protect the football is probably number one. Limit the penalties and maybe try and scrap away with 3. Again, we'll have your Host Connections halftime show at the conclusion of this first half. Minute to go. Should be a good one here so far. River Forest knotted up again, 0-0 between River Forest and Wheeler. Klimzak back to throw. Looking to take off now. Can do that, taking a big hit there. He's going to be just about short of that first down line to gain. Now 50 seconds to go. Wheeler hurrying up, trying to get something going. I bet they practice this in practice a lot.
Yeah, I bet they came out there on the field with 2 plays to run.
Of course. Klimzak back to snap, rolling to his left. Looking to find somebody. Another flag on the play as that pass gets away there. Looks like Vetical was the intended receiver.
Yeah, way on the backside. I don't know if that was a holding call.
Could have been. Again, rolling out left, it's tough. You don't want your matchup to, and looks like it's going to be, again, when you move the quarterback out of the pocket, you're blocking that D lineman. He's going to try and follow that quarterback, and somebody may just had a hold on him. Looks like they're going to take the penalty. So now here, I mean, when you're second and long, I mean, at this point, what do? Do you kind of just clock it, run a play, and take it to half?
Yeah, I think most people would, but there's so much firepower on this Wheeler offense here. I know River Forest ain't going to take that for granted.
Again, they are going to take that penalty, so now a second and about 12 here for Wheeler. 36 seconds to go. Looking to strike first. Been a defensive slugfest nonetheless. Klimzak back behind center. Rolling out to his left. Still going to throw. Makes a man miss, but he's in trouble. Looking to get out of there. Directing traffic, and he's got a man. It's Compton. Keeps his feet. Trips there. Just inside the 20. What a play there from Caleb Klimzak.
This is a great ball, and it's two players that really know each other. You put that ball right where he needed to.
Scramble drill, to say the least. Now clock stops. Got to get on the line. Just about 20 seconds to go. Clock is running, and they are going to snap it. Oh, Ben, 2 flags there. I don't know if everybody was set.
Is that
or some sort of false start there.
A false start in the right guard,
nonetheless, it looks to be on Wheeler.
False start penalty on Wheeler, loss of 5.
That's a little bit of a killer. Still a fantastic play there. The Bryce Compton and Caleb Klimzak connection.
Yeah, and improv when, things break down and be able to make a play.
It's an underrated aspect of an offense. Again, a quarterback who could make a play happen, and the receivers, it's tough. You gotta kind of freelance and try and get open and avoid the coverage, and they did just that there. Compton just tripped over his feet, but that could have been a much bigger play. River Forest might be fortunate that he lost his balance there.
And they're going to get at least 2 shots at the end zone here.
18.8 to go. Looking to at least escape with some sort of points. Again, they're familiar with this red zone. Both teams are, especially this side of the field. But no one's been able to capitalize just yet.
River Forest sat back on that last play. They had 1 blitzing linebacker, 3 down linemen. It looks like they had DBs all over the field. So we're going to have to see if they change that philosophy and try to get after him a little more, or sit back in the dime defense.
It's going to be interesting to see how they approach this. That was a Four Seasons first down, that big play there to Bryce Compton as the clock is now running. Looks like they're going to have 1 shot at this.
He told me to!
Klimzak is just going to throw it away. And they might call that grounding.
Yes, is thrown out of bounds. Penalty marker on the play.
A little bit of confusion there with the clock on both sides, but they ran and then, just Klimzak, a little bit of pressure there from River Forest and try to just get that ball away to give them another chance, but no one really in the area and inside the tackle box. That's going to come back to bite Wheeler. And that's going to be intentional grounding and just drive killers. We've just seen these penalties that nail in the coffin just about for those respective drives.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Wheeler now walking this back, but that was their 2nd straight play with the penalty.
After the penalty, ball spotted at the 30-yard line. It'll be
now at River Forest's 30. Tough to really do here. Might just be able to throw it up and hope we can make a play out of it.
If there's a runoff, but they obviously had a timeout.
Okay.
Because Coach Testa called timeout.
Okay.
And I wonder if that was what that was for.
So now we got, so that was probably the final Wheeler timeout. We lost a little bit of count on our timeouts, but apologize us for that. But Wheeler has burned a timeout here. Maybe no runoff, but now 5.5 seconds left. Not much of it's kind of out of your kicking range for any team, I'd say.
Yep.
Now I think at this rate it's throw it up or maybe do a couple laterals or something, but it looks like it's probably going to be chuck it up to somebody and hope they can come down with it for Wheeler.
Maybe hook and ladder, yep.
The band,
something get the ball to the end zone.
Band is on the field, maybe. We could see they could have something drawn up for this. We'll see.
Yep.
Deep in his bag of tricks here. You may need it. Again, 5 seconds to go. 2nd and long for Wheeler, but that may not matter. Again, for River Forest, you're just looking to escape. No penalties here, and Mark Hidalgo, he's waving his guys. Get back. Get back. Klimzak gets the snap, looking to throw it deep. A Hail Mary. 3 in, gets down there, and that's going to be broken up. But that will be the halftime there. Looks like that was number 1, Aiden Silver. Nope, that was number 11 of River Forest. Let me get a number on that. That looked to be Turner. So we're knotted up at 0. It's been a slugfest, to say the least. We'll be back here after a few ad breaks. Again, we'll have our Hose Connections halftime report. But it's been a fun one here at River Forest. But you're watching Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual card, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowell Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowell Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowell Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Center Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Center Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Welcome back to River Forest High School. We're here for the Hose Connections halftime report. We're connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connections halftime report presented by Hose Connections. Proven under pressure. CJ, we have a 0-0 contest for you soccer fans out there. Not a whole lot of scoring, a lot of defense as you like it. It's been some pretty good drives we've seen from these offensive teams that have a lot of star power on both sides of the ball, but nobody can capitalize so far.
Yeah, but it's been a pretty exciting game. I mean, defense two different ways, really. You got, Wheeler struggled a little bit in the beginning defensively and gave up that big drive, but since then they've been stout. River Forest has had a real hard time moving the ball after that first drive, and then River Forest, though, they've given up some big drives, some big plays, but they are not letting anyone in the end zone. Kind of a bend but don't break type mentality, and they really stiffen up once you get inside that red zone.
Yeah, although the score reads 0-0, if there was a team maybe with the upper hand here in that first half, it probably was the Wheeler Bearcats. They had a great chance to score after a big run from Jaden Ortiz, had a run up the middle, but that drive was eventually again stuffed by the River Forest, as we see here on the region replay. Our producer Nick Russ again to dive up the middle, a couple cuts from Jaden Ortiz, but nothing to show for it. And again, River Forest as well, a few other drives. We had two interceptions from Royce Thompson, both in River Forest territory, as you see again the replays here as well. Just a couple turnovers. Teams haven't been able to kind of hold on to the ball. River Forest, when they forced the turnover, they had a nice passing play up the middle and a fumble forced, and it's just been a back and forth game to say the least.
Yeah, Coach Testa is definitely going to go and talk to his quarterback about knowing where the heck number 12 is, because he's already picked two balls off, and we got to get the ball away from him on defense.
Again, Royce Thompson there, a great shot there from our cameraman Clint Klaus. Nick Rush showing the replay here, but skied up there for that ball. Royce Thompson again showing that wide receiver prowess on the defensive side. So going into this half, what do you think coaches are kind of saying on both sides? I'd like to say Wheeler, it's probably okay. We're getting down in the red zone. We got to capitalize. In River Forest, we got to get things growing like the first drive, especially offensively.
For sure. And River Forest, they're probably going to be talking about how crowded that box is defensively, and and I'm sure they see that all the time with the way they run the ball between the tackles. But they had some success and we talked about possibly seeing something over the middle, a tight end or an H-back. They had that success, just got that strip fumble. But I'd like to see River Forest go back to that over the middle. I think these linebackers from Wheeler sucked up so much up to the line of scrimmage and looking and blitzing and moving around. That's definitely going to open up stuff in front of the safety.
For River Forest offensively, Aiden Silver had a pretty solid drive that first time around, not a big runs. Again, Wheeler, as we mentioned, stuffed them pretty well with those rest of the drives. Do we think River Forest, do you want to put the ball in Turtles' hands? Where do you think we go from here? Of course, you want to kind of switch things up. We've seen plenty of different personnel and formations from River Forest, but things aren't really quite working yet. Wheeler's driven the ball a little bit more offensively, and River Forest, maybe things may have to change come the second half.
Yeah, I think they're still going to put it in his hands. They need to help him out with schemes and being able to get things open up a little bit more for him.
It's going to be a good second half nonetheless. We got plenty of games, as I mentioned, going around the region on the Region Sports Network. We're going to bring up the Strack and Van Til scoreboard updates. We got the hometown scoreboard going on our Facebook, our YouTube, our socials, wherever you may find us, our website as well. We got plenty of games happening right now, and that's shout out to our man Skibbs over there running that. But again, our Strack and Van Til live scoreboard. Follow all of tonight's Region football scores live on the Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard. Stream on youtube.com/Region Sports, facebook.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Reading some of these scores as they kind of come in. Calumet Warriors up 6-0 on the East Chicago Central Cardinals. That's in the second quarter. Crown Point, the big game here tonight, streaming on the Region Sports Network. Not too far from here, about 15 minutes away at Maryville High School. I think the last I saw that score was 26-7, our top-ranked Crown Point Bulldogs. Ohio Central Wolves going to the Boneyard up 6-0 on the Griffith Panthers. Griffith Panthers coming in 8th on our Edinburgh top 10 list. Hanover Central, the third team, 28-0 right now over Highland Hobart Brickies, 14-0 over the Munster Mustangs in the second quarter. Lake Central Portage, that's a great game there. Duneland opening up over there at Portage. The Battle of the Indians, Portage up 7-3 as we get a scoreboard update. Nick Rush showing me Crown Point now up 39-7 on Maryville. It's getting ugly over there. Crown Point, they're the real deal. Valparaiso, another game on the Region Sports Network. Valparaiso up 14-0 on the LaPorte Slicers. The Battle of the Red Devils down in West Lafayette. West Lafayette leading Lowell 21-7 in the third quarter. Michigan City, another Duneland contest. Michigan City Wolves up 7-0 on Chesterton Trojans in the second quarter. Morton Governors taking a trip down to Tippecanoe Valley, taking on the Vikings 10-14. Tippecanoe in the third quarter. This game, as we mentioned, just passed by our scoreboard. Still 0-0 here at half. Not a whole lot. Still waiting on some scores from a few teams. Whiting and Bishop Knoll. Bishop Knoll opening up their new football digs. I don't know if you saw that, CJ. A brand new football facility over there at Bishop Knoll. Great to see that. And Drain KV, a top 10 matchup on our leaderboard. That is 7-0 Andran. 0-0 Boone Grove and Westside. Another great GSSC contest between two teams that are familiar with each other. And that, I think, is just about all the games we got on our hometown scoreboard. Again, that hometown scoreboard courtesy of Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. Shop online for delivery or curbside pickup at strackandvantil.com. 2 minutes to go before we get ready in the second half. We're going to step aside here, and we'll have some football up here pretty shortly. Second half action around the corner on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Now mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic. That dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave. Learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Just around the corner of second half action as the clock ticks 0. We're about ready for second half action. Wheeler will open up with the football. CJ, what do you want to see from this Wheeler team? This time they're going to actually have the ball probably in their own territory for what seems like the first time this whole game. What do you want to see from this Wheeler offense to kind of strike back and potentially strike first in this 0-0 ball game?
They need to be able to put together a sustainable drive. I mean, they're either between shooting themselves in the foot and turning the ball over. They haven't had the ball more than 5 or 6 plays in a drive. So they need to be able to show the ability to move the ball down the field against this Ingot defense.
Again, Wheeler has forced one takeaway on that fumble, but has given the ball away twice, as well as a 4th and goal, a play that was into the flat, kind of an RPO, snuck the H-back out, had him open, but just kind of missed him. It's been stout defense on both sides. But that was the Host Connection halftime report. Again, you were watching the Host Connection halftime report brought to you by Host Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hostconnectionsinc.com. Host Connections, proven under pressure. A lot of great players on this field we could talk about, and we could mention, of course, the Powering Indiana peak performers, those statistical leaderboards that are doing oh so well that you guys just love. Don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/RegionSportsNation, and Instagram for this week's Powering Indiana peak performers presented by NECA IBEW, Powering Indiana of Lake County. They are the region's most trusted electricians. Again, the Powering Indiana peak performers, your statistical leaderboards presented by NECA of IBEW. Again, a good one here. Now 2 minutes left on the clock, giving teams kind of just the chance to kind of break down, get ready to go. Again, Wheeler opening up with the football, hoping to kind of protect the ball as well.
River Forest going to try to get a quick stop here and get back into that running game, and I think mix some play action in and see if they can get back to moving the ball down the field like they did in that first drive.
Kind of a tale of two different offenses here. We've seen a lot of more of a heavy passing attack from Wheeler, and you kind of see the downfalls of that as well. Of course, that gets you a lot of yards and maybe a short amount of time. Some 2 interceptions from Caleb Klimzak. Those are kind of the downsides of it, and got to give all the credit in the world to that Ingot defense so far. Again, Mark Hidalgo, wrestling coach. He's ferocious. He's got his guys right, and they're playing well so far.
It's funny how it works, though. You got a River Forest team that is known for running the ball, and and one of their big successful plays is a pass play over the middle, and again, Wheeler known for throwing the ball, and one of their huge plays is basically a trap right up the middle of the field.
Exactly. I'll mention up this Quintel kickoff first. This kickoff, as well as all kickoffs, are presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. But I mentioned Mark Hidalgo, again, the wrestling coach, current wrestling coach of River Forest as well. You were a wrestler and football player yourself. Talk to me about how those two sports go hand in hand and benefit each other, because there's a lot of elements. Of course, obviously, there's the differences as well, but those are two sports that you need stamina for. You work on, obviously, form a lot. Talk to me about that and how that benefits this River Forest team, having a coach who's the head coach of both programs.
Oh, for sure. And I think the biggest thing that it instills in wrestling instills in athletes is aggressiveness. So, obviously that goes hand in hand with football.
And again, this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. River Forest looking to pin Wheeler back. Wheeler again going to have one of their first drives seemingly in their own territory. I think they've had one other. This is Chris Witt, with the kick here for River Forest. As our second half is now underway. A little bit of a pooch kick here, kind of rough territory. Took a nice bounce and recovered. Wheeler looking to take the ball there, a big hit, but he's going to get just inside the 30. A good return there. Pretty big hits there, but Nice return there from Wheeler's number 10. Let me get a name on that once I find who that was. Scattered all our papers everywhere. Don't know why. Well, here's the Wheeler roster. Thank you, number 10 there, Keegan Catone there, the sophomore, the 5'6" sophomore. And here comes the Wheeler offense, looking to be the team to strike first. Who is going to blink first? Right now, it's nobody. Two backs offset to Klimczak. Gets the snap. A little bit of a counter action. Got to keep it. Throw it outside to Tyne Vetical, and he's going to be tackled behind the line. A nice form tackle there by number 11 of River Forest.
A lot going on there. Look, they fake dive, then went back to draw. Still pulled like a double play action or maybe an RPO.
Michael Turner there on the tackle. Nice, again, open field tackle. Just sweep the legs, try and bring him down. And again, that might be a wrestling background. I didn't get the background information on who's the wrestlers on this team, but I'm sure Mark Hidalgo, he knows how to teach his guys form tackling. Now a second and about 10, I'd say. Still two running backs offset of Klimczak. Two receivers out wide. Gets the snap here. Inside dive. Breaks a tackle, but can't go much further. Brought down there by River Forest. That's number 44 of River Forest. That's going to be Keon Elder, a 6'3" D lineman / tight end, only a junior. Got a very young River Forest defense. Again, their top 4 tacklers are non-seniors going into this game. A lot to look forward to for that unit. Now a 3rd and 9 here for Wheeler. Again, that pivotal first drive, but now they're playing kind of behind the sticks. Klimczak rolling out right, looking for a short pass, scooped up there, and that's going to be a first down for Wheeler. That's going to be a completion there to Bryce Compton.
Great job to get his hands underneath the ball. I thought that ball hit the ground.
That was pretty close. Kind of trapped it there, and he was short of the line to gain, made a couple guys miss, and that's going to be another 4 seasons first down there for the Bearcats.
Another personal foul.
It looks like it's going to be a late hit again. Now this time on River Forest. Again, you have to keep your emotions in check. When points have been a commodity so far in this game, you can't give teams free yards.
Yeah, especially in that 15. That's a big one.
No doubt about it. More about Pizza Squeegee's. For piping hot pizza delivered right to your door, call Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's is located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Give them a call at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery, it's Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith, the best on Broad. And now Wheeler is now in River Forest territory, but we've seen this before. What can they do now? H-back in motion to the far side of the field. Looks like it's going to be a keeper there, kind of an RPO, and he's got Vetical out in the flat. Trying to make a man miss, and another great tackle. Wow.
Nice open field tackle, number 11.
Michael Turner once again. Again, the RPO action. I love the play call. You fake the dive, you get a guy on the flat, which is Tyne Vetical, who, again, is a guy that could do it all. And it's just a one-on-one. You make the tackle, you make the play. It's tackles him behind the line of scrimmage, too. Truly impressive.
You can see some adjustments Coach Testa's put in, staying away from that over the top and looking to get the ball outside to his speedsters, make something happen.
Put the guys in space. That's kind of the name of the game of offense now in today's day and age. This time a play action, similar play, kind of a tunnel screen there to Bryce Compton. Makes a man miss, and he's got some speed, but another late flag. It's going to be a first down as of now. But with the flag over there kind of by the blockers, going to be interesting to see kind of what the ref has called here. Looks like Wheeler's already kind of backing up here, conceding their defeat.
Holding or blocking him back.
Yeah, it's tough. Those kind of smoke screens, tunnel screens where you got the receiver out. There's blindside blocks nowadays that the referees are so crucial on, and it's going to be a block in the back.
Holding.
Or hold, excuse me. I thought I saw a block in the back signal. Nonetheless, it's a drive killer. Gets you even more behind the sticks. CJ, believe it or not, we have 3 awards to hand out at the end of the game. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll name the Crowell Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. They have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. Also have the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. I'll talk to you about that after this play. The second and now long for Wheeler. Another counter play action, looking for a screen, dump off there to Ortiz, and another great tackle from River Forest. We have not seen many broken tackles so far.
No, they're
from these Wheeler runners.
Yeah, the corners from River Forest are really tackling well, and they're in wide open space with some kids that can really run, and they're closing gaps, so they're not giving them room, to be able to make a move. They're continually closing gaps, which is so important as a tackler.
And those play action screens, it's tough to as a linebacker, as those corners, it's tough to stay home. You want to kind of break out on that fake, and then they throw it back to where you would be, but they're staying home, and of course they're tackling as well. And just like that, a 3rd and long now, and they're just going to concede and go with a draw here, but pretty opening here for Jaden Ortiz. Going to get back to still about 10 yards to go. But a good play call there, kind of conceding, and hey, maybe looks like they might bring back I like to bring out the punt unit, maybe try and pin River Forest deep. But as I was mentioning, one of the awards we're going to hand out, Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game. Earn while you learn with the Boilermakers Local 374. The guy that does the dirty work, the blue collar-esque work, which is what we love around here at the Region Sports Network.
I got a couple guys in mind here.
Plenty of them. Compton with the punt, another guy that does it all. Trying to pin them deep, and that's a good one. Gonna roll out in the coffin corner, and that's gonna pin River Forest deep.
5-yard line, wow.
How
Great
about
punt.
that? A guy that does it all, Bryce Compton. What can't he do? That's why I love the GSSC. I mean, I love playing 2 ways is enough, but 3 ways, being a crucial part, a kicker, a punter, punt. They're not leaving the field, and that's a great punt there from Compton. Again, thank you all for joining us. Mike Dewan here with CJ Compton, Nick Russ, our producer, and Clint Klaus, the man behind the camera here tonight. Clint Klaus, his first game on football with camera. Nick Russ, his first game of the season with production. Everyone doing a fantastic job. CJ, it's your first game with us in a while.
Yeah.
Knocking the rust off for
Long
sure.
time.
You and me both. Good to have you back here tonight. But a good one so far.
Yeah, good football game.
No doubt about it. Can't hate that. Man motion going, and looks like going to be a QB draw here. Silver. He's got, and they're going to have a flag in the backfield, though.
Wow. That was a nice play design, though. They, two linebacks flanking the quarterback. Near side goes in motion and really makes that outside linebacker respect that and opens up room for Silver to run the ball.
But again, Wheeler with that front, it requires you to kind of win your matchup, and that may not always be the case. It's been kind of a struggle here for that River Forest offensive line. And as we see there, it's going to back them up even more with the holding call. Get a nice play there on first down, but now negated by a penalty.
It's the only good thing about starting on the 5-yard line. You get a penalty. It's only 2.5
True.
yard penalty.
True.
After the penalty, ball spotted at the 2.5 yard line.
So now a 1st and about 12. Your unconventional 1st and 12. A little bit 8 minutes to go now in this third quarter. Still knotted up at 0. Looks like Wheeler's going to try and bring some heat, and that ball gets over the head, and that is going to be a safety there for the Bearcats. Going from bad to absolutely worse there for River Forest. And I think we got a replay there. Again, just emotions kind of ride a little bit high there in the end zone. Again, when you're in the shadow of your own end zone, it's not easy.
Yep, snaps a little high and goes off the fingertips and out of bounds.
And Wheeler strikes first, unconventionally. Now a 2-0 ball game.
Yeah, I know River Forest isn't going to look at it like that, but at least that ball got out of the end zone. It would have been in a lot more trouble if it would have stayed in there.
Definitely. Keeping it a one-score game here. But somebody had to score first, and we didn't think it'd be this way.
Baseball game.
Yeah, just
baseball
about.
Game.
Just about. We're kind of creeping into.
Not a White Sox game.
Oh, yeah, right.
But,
they might be on the opposition on the other side, but nonetheless, this has been a defensive slugfest, and who's going to make less mistakes? And right now, Wheeler's kind of winning that battle, and they have a really good chance to open this game up if they were to get something here. But I think that play was all set up by Bryce Compton's punt.
For sure. You kick the ball out of the 5-yard line, you create a lot of problems for the offense.
Guy that's been all over the field, and yeah, penalty kind of pushed River Forest back. But again, it's not fun playing out of your own end zone.
Looks like he's going to choose to kick off. You have the punt option or the kick option on safety. It looks like he's choosing to kick.
Okay. Again, Chris Witt will be your kicker here. Guess we can call this a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are sponsored by Quintel. Quintel Incorporated, I should say, specializing in reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Ooh, it's getting late. Can't say my R's anymore, I guess, but this kickoff, as well as all kickoffs, are Quintel Incorporated. Again, another kind of a pooch kick we saw earlier. Jay Ortiz will be the return man here. Now in River Forest territory and trying to make it more. Makes a couple guys miss. And down to now the River Forest, about 36, 35-yard line. Talk about a quick change of events so far in this game.
To the 35-yard line of the Ingots, 1st and 10 Wheeler. Fans, get your 50-50 tickets ready. We're going to read that.
So much speed on this Wheeler offense.
Was that 5 minutes? Get your 50-50 raffle tickets ready.
Was that Bryce Compton on that play?
That might have been Compton.
And that's dangerous speed, getting the ball that short.
Yeah, pardon me. Bryce Compton, I want to say he runs track, too, a very good track athlete. He's not a guy you want to kick to. I mean, he's just been all over the field so far. Now a handoff to Ortiz. And, again, River Forest has been fantastic on that inside run. Wheeler had a little bit of success in that first half, but from what we've seen so far, it's been all they've been stuffing the run pretty well. Now that brings up a 2nd and about 10, I'd say. Didn't really get much there for the Bearcats.
Yeah, Josh Mayo doing a great job. We talked about his position earlier being so important, keeping the guys off. But he's holding up a lot of blockers and allowing River Forest to blitz in a couple different directions.
As a quick out route there and a nice ball and pitch and catch. And that should be close to the first down. Might be a little bit short. That's going to be number 11 there on the catch. That's going to be David Diaz.
Yep, they're moving the chains.
They are going to move the chains. Again, it's not an easy play on 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10, but a good ball there outside the numbers. Not easy to do at any level, and pitch and catch there for a big first down for Wheeler.
Yeah, that was a nice thrown ball there.
But again, Mayo could be kind of a guy of River Forest who could be a potential blue-collar player of the game. We mentioned nose tackle in this defensive alignment. You got to let your linebackers scrape. But right now, Wheeler's looking to kick the door in. Another play action there, quick hitch. And that ball might be out. They're going to call that a catch and a fumble as we stand. That was Tyne Vetical on the catch as he tried to make a football move, as we call it. That ball kind of popped out. I believe we got the replay here as well from
as we Turner see. Again?
It might have been. I'll take a look on the replay here, but kind of a play action there, RPO. That ball just kind of popped out. I believe that might have been Turner over there.
Face on the ball, or
they're going to call it incomplete. Okay, so maybe not of a football move there. Who knows what the rule is nowadays, but they're going to say it's 2nd and 10. Looks to be a give there again, and just River Forest. Still a pretty good gain there from Wheeler, but then it's going to set up a third and about middle yardage there for Wheeler. Looks like 44 came out of that pile. Keon Elder.
Great leg drive by Ortiz on that. I mean, he was hit early and he was able to push forward for a few.
Ortiz, a tough runner, 5'10", 180 pounds. Again, plays well over those listed height and weights. Just absolute strength on both sides of the ball. But now at 3rd and 7 with under 6 minutes to go here for Wheeler. Looking to make this a 2-score game. Play action again, looking to take a shot.
Oh.
And that ball hit him in stride. That was Compton there. I think it just went right through his hands there. Hit him right in the numbers.
His hands and then hit the safety too.
That very well could have been an interception there. Could have went both ways. A well-thrown ball there. Again, kind of a play action. Get a slant going over the middle. Almost a fastball there, right to the chest.
Yeah, he took the touch out of that one and
just couldn't
threw it right through everybody.
Absolute zinger. And now a 4th and 7. I think we could safely say this is Four Seasons Mechanical, 4-down territory. This is a big one here for Wheeler, looking to kind of break open this game. But again, Four Seasons Mechanical, 4-down territory.
There, he's wide open again.
Another play action. Looking to kind of roll around, dance in the pocket is Klimzak. Looking to find somebody to scramble drill. This time he hits Compton, and that's going to be enough for a first down. Avenges himself after that last drop. Again, a little bit of a scramble drill, and again, a lot of poise there from Caleb Klimzak. Again, the 6'6" frame. It's not easy to do being that height and just able to kind of dance his way in the pocket and find the open receiver.
Yeah, great ball, but I'm telling you, it's sooner or later they're going to hit that H-back over the middle. He was wide open.
It's tough, again, when you're playing a pass-heavy team, kind of like Wheeler. A lot of new offensive schemes. It's tough to defend for any team, and Wheeler's showing that right now, even on a relatively colder day here in the region. Now 1st and goal to go from the 5 for the Bearcats. A give to Ortiz, looking to score, and he will. Touchdown, Bearcats. And just like that, after a possession on defense and a possession on offense, Wheeler Bearcats get up to an 8-point lead.
Yeah, nice job. Little counter action, little step to the right side, break it back to the left. Puts it in the end zone.
Jaden Ortiz, we mentioned, kind of the two-way players. Ortiz is one of the many ones to mention as we look at that score here, as well as a previous play we just saw. But a great drive there from Wheeler to capitalize, and looks like they might be going for 2 here nonetheless. A give there to Ortiz, a cutback, and he found the end zone there.
Wheeler will go for 2.
Jaden Ortiz could go for the octopus here, they call it. A real chance. A fake to Ortiz, looking to find a man. Another RPO, got a man open, and it's Compton, who came up with the big 4th down catch, and this time gets the 2-point conversion. And Wheeler strings out in front just like that, 10-0. We're going to step aside here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
50-50 raffle numbers.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success.
Welcome back here to River Forest High School. This kickoff, as well as all kickoffs, is presented by Quintel Incorporated. Wheeler got out again, that safety earlier, and now a Jaden Ortiz run as this kick will get out of bounds, setting up River Forest in good field position, but Wheeler have broken this game open. Complimentary football. It all started with that Bryce Compton punt, set River Forest back in their own end zone, an errant snap that caused the safety, and then a big 4th down conversion to Bryce Compton from Caleb Klimzak. Then Jaden Ortiz plunges in, and Bryce Compton a 2-point conversion. But that was talk about a turn of events in a game where some team needed it, and Wheeler, they're capitalizing so far.
Yeah, a couple nice plays to get you down there, and then they punch it in. This is going to make Coach Testa not so happy. I mean, when you got all the momentum, and then you give him the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, in a game like this where you have the momentum, you don't want to try and give any of that back, especially to a River Forest offense that has a playmaker like Aiden Turtle Silver, who has the snap here, rolling out to his right, trying to find a man, and that's going to be pass over Stanshill's head. A big pressure there from big number 75 of Wheeler. That's Mitchell Krolikowski, the 6'2 senior. He's also going both ways. Put a big lick on Silver there. Just under 5 minutes to go here. 10-0 ball game. Again, I'm Mike Dewan, CJ Compton with me on the color, Nick Russ, our producer, and Clint Klaus, the man behind the camera. Great crew here tonight at River Forest. Always appreciative of the hospitality. First time being here at River Forest for myself. It's been awesome. Motion down to the bottom of the screen. Silver's going to keep it and bottled up there a little bit by Wheeler again. Although Silver's a player, of course, you want to get the ball in his hands. Yeah, Wheeler's done a pretty good job of keeping him in check.
Yeah, he did a great, just one quick shuffle step to get away from Jaden Ortiz, who's blitzing right through that gap between the guard and the tackle, and one quick shuffle step, got around it, made something out of nothing.
Now about a 3rd and 6 here for River Forest. This might be 4-down territory in a game where it's 10-0, and time is always ticking. It's now against them. I wouldn't be surprised if they may run the ball here, try and cut those yardage in half, and try and make it a manageable 4th down. But right now we're at 3rd and 6. Villagomez off to Silver's right. A handoff to Villagomez, and that's bottled up by the Bearcats. Once again have done a fantastic job against that ingot rushing attack. Looks like in there, number 19 for Wheeler. That's going to be Jack Gatz, the sophomore.
We've been talking all night about kids going both ways, but that's two great plays by Jaden Ortiz on defense. We've been talking about him offense all night.
Well.
But really getting in there and filling gaps and making plays.
Jaden Ortiz has a chance to be our Crowd Company's Lantern Man superhero of the game, making a real case, especially in this third quarter. River Forest looking to punt the ball here. Pin Wheeler back deep and try and get their defense back on the field. Get a stop. Aiden Silver with the punt. Gets it away nicely. Takes a little bit of a roll. And Wheeler offense is now in action right around about their 31, 32-yard line. So what we saw there from that previous possession of Wheeler, a little bit of still mixing up a couple good plays, running the ball, offensively throwing the pass as well. Caleb Klimzak, I mean, do you want to try and kill the clock here? Maybe a little bit more of a rushing attack. You also want to try and move the chain. So,
I mean,
what would you do here?
Quarterback looked much better that series. I think I'd keep him going here. There's a lot of game left.
No doubt about it.
With a player like Turtle on the other side, I mean, you want to keep the ball out of his hands and move the ball.
Definitely still in that shotgun position. Caleb Klimzak, the quarterback, and Ortiz next to him. Three receiver set with an H-back. Snap to him, Ortiz with the dive. And he is a man possessed there. That should be enough for a first down there. I mean, he hasn't really left the field, but he's made the most out of every play he's been out there so far.
Yeah, just read option there, and give her or the quarterback keep, and big guys are doing their job up front, and he's able to get some yards.
How fun is it for that offensive line when you're kind of chugging when you're punching the rock down? You can get 5, 6, maybe even 10 yards every time.
Nothing better.
Nothing better, to say the least, for those big boys up front of the Bearcats. Now a 1st and 10. This time stuffed by River Forest, and Ortiz dive. That last first down was presented by Four Seasons Mechanical. That was a Four Seasons first down. Wheeler picking up a few of those as of late, just more than they need, more than their opposition, we should say. Under 3 minutes to go. Don't forget to stay with us after the game as we send it back to the Centier Bank studio. Catch up on the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centier Bank studio right after the game. Now a 2nd and 7 here for the Bearcats. Another play action on the dive, looking for a shot play.
Run.
Has Compton again, but this time it's picked. Aiden Silver. Does he come up with it? First of all, we hope he's okay.
Hopefully just knock the wind out of him.
They're going to call it incomplete.
Oh, man, what a great play.
What a great play by Aiden Silver. We got the replay here, I believe. Nick Russ
came down flat on his back. Hopefully just knocking the wind out.
Again, he's playing a lot of snaps there, but again, kind of another throw it down there and hope Compton comes up with it. And, landed right on his back. Ball came out. Going to be one of the first times he's come off the field. I bet he's a gamer. He's going to want to go back out there. But a nice play there from Silver. Almost could have been a big momentum burst for this River Forest team.
Yeah, had a little more air under the ball there. You had guys with a step, just kind of, didn't put the ball out on the rope instead of getting a little more air under and getting the ball over that safety. Hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, he's going to check down a little bit. Probably have to come out of the game at least for a play, which of course he probably doesn't want that. He's just catching his breath there. Barely had the chance to probably this game. He's been out there just about every play. He's even punted a few. He looks to be good now. That was close. That would have been the 3rd interception there for Klimzak.
Yeah, he's looking to try to go back in. I think they're going to keep him out for one play.
Right. He's itching.
But he's such a vital part of this team.
No kidding.
Got to be on the field.
3rd and 7 now for the Bearcats. Rolling out left is Klimzak. Looking to find a man. Got 2 routes. Can't find anybody. He's rolling back right. Got a man wide open. It's Bryce Compton. Lost him in the tracks. And he's going to get another first down. They lost sight of him. I don't know how you could do that. Bryce Compton, he's been the guy today. We've talked about the Tyne Medical show in these first 2 games, but it's all Bryce Compton so far.
Just the ability, though, to keep your cool at quarterback, for Klimzak when things break down. I mean, there was a straight rollout to the left, flood to the left, and he finds Compton back on the right side after he gets rushed pushing him back across the other side of the field.
Truly impressive, going through all of his progressions, rolling out left. Compton's probably kind of more of the, the backside route, the backup plan, really, if break glass in case of emergency, and they found him. Now the give to Ortiz on 1st and 10. Tries to make a man miss, and he does. Tries to do it again, and he's going to fall a little bit short, but a couple yards there. That previous first down was presented by Four Seasons Mechanical. Another Four Seasons first down. Wheeler is stacking them up now and trying to put this game away on their behalf.
Yeah, River Forest needs to stop here. We got, we're 2nd and 8 here. That's they get some pressure on a quarterback. See if they can get that ball back for their offense.
Four Seasons Mechanical, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com. 3 receiver set with the H-back. Ortiz off to Klimzak's left. Might be a power here, and it will. Running behind that H-back is Ortiz. I thought I saw a face mask.
He ripped his helmet right off.
Gonna need that. Also going to have to come out for a play. Hoping he's okay.
Oh, no,
looks like that's the big
guy.
Looks like that's the nose tackle there. I think that's Mayo, who's been fantastic tonight. Again, nose tackle and an unsung hero of it's a position where, again, it's not the glitz and the glamour, but he does all the dirty work, especially in this defense.
Yeah, and that's Coach Testa getting behind big Braden Olson there and just driving the ball off the field. He had a big block, pushing bodies down the field.
Could be the last play here for Wheeler, but a 3rd and 6, they want to try and at least keep this time going, and they will. Bryce Compton with the catch, but a sure tackle there from River Forest to keep him in check.
Yeah, great job. I mean, once again, corners for River Forest are really tackling well.
Number 11, Michael Turner, I think, again over there. A sure tackler as they come, but that'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. Put your 4s up, everybody. It is now 10-0. Wheeler Bearcats after a 10-point 3rd quarter. We'll be back with 4th quarter action on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Quintel Incorporated is a family-owned and operated company located in Northwest Indiana that specializes in the reconditioning, repair, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Since 1994, Quintel has been handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country. Equipped with the most modern technology and advanced tools, Quintel provides top-notch service. When you trust Quintel for all your needs, you'll get peace of mind and a finished job that exceeds your expectations. For more info about Quintel and the services they provide, visit quintel-inc.com.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
It's the 4th quarter. Everybody, let's have some fun. This might be some 4-down territory, and it looks to be for the Wheeler Bearcats as Four Seasons 4-down territory as we get things going in the 4th quarter. We got a whistle on the field, it sounds like. A little bit of confusion here, trying to figure out from our vantage point what we got. But a 4th and 5. Maybe an official timeout there, but Four Seasons Mechanical down territory, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. Four Seasons 4th down for the Bearcats, and a big one. Matter of fact, Klimzak, another play action there, looking for a man downfield. A little bit of a pressure there, and what a catch. Gets the first down. Bryce Compton, we've said his name a lot tonight, and why not another time? An underthrown, maybe behind him, kind of a ball there, but came back in. Athletic play as you'll probably see all night. What a catch.
It was definitely underthrown, but talk about, the strength of a big body at quarterback. He had a guy hanging on him when he made that throw.
Just so much poise from this Wheeler offense, especially Klimzak, and the Compton connection has really come to play here in the second half. Again, 2 4th-down conversions between those two. I mean, we talk again. Tyne Vetical was the leading receiver on our peak performers, but Bryce Compton, he wants some love on that list. Now Wheeler, play action. We're going to find the H-back there. This time connects, and a good tackle there. It looks like to be Aiden Silver back in the mix. Couldn't wait to probably get out there, but that was Connor Welch, the H-back, who's been in there just about all game. Only a sophomore as well. Again, a Wheeler team that they got some senior talent, but they're pretty young. They got some guys both sides as well. I mean, River Forest, we talked about that. They're pretty young defense, but these are two teams they're going to hang around for years to come. Now 2nd and goal to go, under 11 minutes now for Wheeler. Looking to really put this game away. A give to Ortiz, making a couple guys miss, trying to fight in. He's going to be just short, but about a 3rd and goal with about a yard to go.
Yeah, if that, he's right there.
I mean, you take a couple guys to bring him down for sure. Again, 5'10", 180, but he runs tough. He's a tough runner, puts his head down. I mean, he's a linebacker too, so he's not afraid of contact.
No, not at all.
3rd and short to go. Wheeler again looking to make this a 3-score game now. Ortiz with the handoff. Dives in, and that's a touchdown for Wheeler. Ortiz's 2nd of the night. What a half for the Wheeler Bearcat offense.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a little bit of statement play right there. They went right down the field, and they've cut out their mistakes. We haven't seen them turning the ball over. We haven't seen them having those drive-ending penalties that they had in the first half.
Truly, truly impressive work from Nick Testa and his squad. A big extra point here to make this a potential 3-score game. But it's been truly impressive. Tyne Vetical, who's actually been relatively quiet tonight, had a big fumble recovery. He was kind of the guy coming in here who was the top receiver in the area, but it's been the Bryce Compton show, especially here in the second half. Logan Fox, the holder. Kick is up and good. Now 17-0 Wheeler. We'll step aside, but they opened up this half with a 17-point outburst. Wheeler out in front on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
Thinking about what to do.
Welcome back here, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining us once again. Game night in the region on the Region Sports Network, coming to you live again from River Forest High School as the Wheeler Bearcats. This game was once 0-0 going into halftime, but got to give much credit to Wheeler, Nick Testa, and his staff for putting up a 17-point outburst again on all 3 phases of the football game.
Obviously River Forest's offense isn't geared for this type of situation, but I'm sure Coach Hidalgo has something set up where they're trying to come from behind or get scores late, so we'll have to see what that makes their offense look like here.
Wheeler, again, a team that's you're going to have to look out for them in their respective division in the GSSC South division, division where they won for the first time since 2015 after last year's late season heroics. Tyne Vetical with the kickoff there. River Forest to collect it. Looking to get some momentum here. Bust to the right side, and he's going to be brought down there. Pretty good job there from the Wheeler Bearcats. Again, not many big plays we've seen so far from River Forest, who's they're usually always making big plays from what we've seen so far from the first 2 games, but right now it's been all Wheeler. Little Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Again, not too far from here, but Crown Point still taking advantage of the Maryville Pirates, 39-7. Again, that's number 1 versus 2 in our Enigenberg home improvement top 10. Just a fantastic performance again, once from the Crown Point Bulldogs. But again, the team here is looking to trying to get in that top 10, re-enter. That's the Wheeler Bearcats, who are beating up on number 7th ranked River Forest right now. River Forest need a big drive here if they want to stay in this game. Silver looking to pass. Little bit of a hitch route there, and he's got a man, but tackled pretty quickly there by Wheeler.
Yeah, 3 defenders to the ball awfully quick. But, at least you get a pitch and catch situation where you get used to doing something you're not been doing a lot of this game, so maybe opens things up for the future.
They're going to need all the plays right now. That was Levi Harper on the pitch and catch from Aiden Silver. Going to throw it again here. Silver looking to run, but no, he's taken down by big number 78 there of Wheeler. That is Dylan Knezevich.
Yeah, they got a couple big guys on that left side. Their names are fun to say.
My apologies. I need some phonetics. Need to touch up on my phonetics. The KN is tough, man. We know his name now. A big play there against a fantastic athlete, Naden Silver.
Him and number 75 line up right next to each other, like Krolikowski.
That's a fun one, too. As there's another pre-snap penalty, and signs may show that this may be on.
Looks like it's on River Forest.
River Forest. Just been a relatively sloppy half here for River Forest. Penalties, some turnovers, and an errant snap. It's been all Wheeler here in half number 2.
As a defensive lineman, this is your favorite situation of football. It's, you 17-point lead, 9 minutes left, and pin your ears back and really get after it.
Go and get quarterback.
Make those guys in the booth call your name.
Little GSSC Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard update. A game featuring 2 pretty quality teams. Westside Cougars out in front of the Boone Grove Wolves 6-0 in the third quarter. Westside's a team looking to kind of do some damage. The new kids on the block in the GSSC. Their first year in the conference was 2023. Just came up short, but they're looking to do some damage and against a pretty solid Boone Grove team over there. Again, you can find all the scores on the Strack and Van Til hometown scoreboard on our social media platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, potentially, and our website. Silver catches a snap, rolling to his right, looking for a deep shot here. Haven't seen this much, and just over the head. There. Looks like number 12, Royce Thompson, who had 2 interceptions on the defensive side so far, but couldn't reel that one in, just over his head.
It's a nice ball, just a hair overthrown.
Just a hair. A pretty good ball there from Silver. Haven't seen that much tonight in the throwing game, but now with down and distance, kind of got to. And looks like they're going to punt it away here. And 4th and 13, 8.5 to go. Ingot defense going to need a quick stop if they want to try and get back in this game. But, again, a Wheeler offense that wants to get back out on the field and a quick 3 and out, they'll take it. Silver with the punt, hoping for a nice bounce, and he'll get it.
Now I think you're in a situation here now where you're going to see Wheeler wanting to see that clock turn. Maybe a little more running, a little more, short stuff, keep the ball in bounds.
The clock becomes even much
more
your
friend.
Ortiz. Yeah, no kidding. We talked about 3 awards we're going to hand out. I mentioned our Crowd Company superhero of the game as well as the blue collar player of the game. But we got to mention the play of the game presented by the Region Sports Network. If you're a trade union, the Proud Union Home play of the game, if you're a trade union and want to sponsor, feel free to call Chris Ramirez at 219-588-1984. That's 219-588-1984. But the play of the game as well on top of our Lantern Man superhero of the game and the blue collar player of the game. A lot of plays, a lot of players to look, to take into account for potentially winning those awards tonight. A lot of blue collar players. We can give it to the whole, all 22 out here.
Yeah, for sure.
1st and 10 here for the Bearcats. Again, as you mentioned, Jaden Ortiz, it might be his time to kind of put this game away. A nice little 3-yard game there to get things going for the Bearcats on this drive. Again, now about 8 minutes to go. Trickling down. The clock is definitely becoming friends with the Wheeler Bearcats. Can River Forest get their defense off the field and get their offense back on it? 2nd and 8 in that shotgun here. Ortiz to Klimzak's right. Give to Ortiz, and this time that is stuffed. Number 6, Marquise Harris. Do-it-all guy again, and we got some late flags. As I turn my head down, we got some flags on the field. This is the time to really keep your head, and we got some pushing and shoving at the coaches right now. You got to get your guys. And this is – watch out. You got to make sure you get your players back on both sides.
Yeah, those are going to be ejections.
And more importantly, we got some big games next week. You got to take – I mean, if you're ejected, I think for this game, it depends on what quarter this is. Maybe I don't know if it's like college football, but you got to worry about next game too. I mean, this is a long season. you got to keep your head. And Wheeler, especially, you can't be the guys that push back. You got the game won.
Yeah, keep your poise.
River Forest, too. Keep your poise. Again, and both coaches, fiery guys, they're going to make sure to keep things right. But this could result in a couple, definitely some yardages and maybe some ejections, and we don't want to see that here. But you have to keep your head on both sides.
Unfortunately, it was a situation there. I think that someone else was upset he was getting blocked too far.
Yeah, tempers kind of flare, and if you're losing on the scoreboard, things hurt a little bit more.
Yep.
But who knows? Again, I put my head down. I didn't see what happened. I was seeing who made the play, which again, it was a great play by Marquise Harris, but there may be nothing to show for it.
They got a meeting of the minds out there. They're trying to
lots to discuss. A lot of laundry on the field. I think I see all 5 flags.
Yeah, hopefully for both teams. It looks like I think they're
6.
Coach Testa said, you know what, the heck with this. We're not going to get anybody thrown out of this game.
No.
I think they're bringing in.
And you got to keep your cool.
Right.
I mean, you got to turn around and play a game next week. I want to say Wheeler. I think they go on to play Bishop Knoll, if I'm not mistaken. Let me pull that up. But that's, again, it's a conference game. So they'll play Bishop Knoll at home. Wheeler will, and then River Forest. They got to play Westside at Westside, a team that's very talented, a program that is always on the up and coming, and they're trying to, of course, like everybody else here, they're trying to win the conference, and you don't want to lose any players for any part of the game. If it's by quarter, if it's by the whole game, you got to stay in this football game.
Well, especially we've been talking about these two teams. There's so many guys going both ways. You're losing 2 players.
Correct.
For, 2 positions if you end up getting somebody ejected.
Still, meeting of the minds, like you mentioned. All 5 referees meeting kind of at the 41-yard line of River Forest. So 7:41 to go here. It was a 2nd and 8, a play that would have probably been about a 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. A good chance for River Forest to force a punt and try and get something going offensively, but now who knows what this call could ultimately maybe decide this game. Put the nail in the coffin for River Forest, or who knows. You could see some offsetting. In a situation like this, it kind of depends on who they saw second, who retaliated.
Hopefully, I wouldn't mind seeing them call both coaches out there and say, listen, this has got to stop. And, if it happens again, we are going to start throwing guys out of the game. So,
just got a final on the Region Sports Network. Valparaiso took care of business against LaPorte, 41-7. Valparaiso, a big bounce-back win there in the Dune. Well, not a bounce-back. A team that played Andrane. Andrane took them to the limits last week, forcing a Valparaiso 28-point outburst in the second half. Most of the second half took them to the limits, and a big bounce-back win for the Valparaiso Vikings. But right now here, we're still, it's been about a 2 to 3 meeting between the referees after that kind of conflict over there on suit. Also, one of the things to know, pointed out by our producer, Nick Russ, and we kind of saw up here from our vantage point, but some of the River Forest players, once a couple flags or, a lot of entanglement out there, a couple guys left the sideline. I don't know what that entails, but I know, it's tough to compare the NBA to this, but if you leave your bench or whatever, you get penalized. I'm sure there might be some sort of variation of the rules here in the high school level.
Unfortunately, they're talking so long, I'm wondering if they're trying to figure out numbers for something like that. You definitely, as a referee, don't want to get the wrong number called.
Right.
Someone that wasn't involved in something.
Could cost them, again, a game, or who knows. Does give the players a chance to kind of keep their cool and, calm, decompress a little bit. Obviously, it's for both sides, emotions are riding high, especially two teams that are talented and very familiar with each other. But obviously tempers have, again, a lot of these players seen each other a lot throughout the course of the game. Two-way players barely leaving the field, a lot of times matching up, especially like those wide receivers and DBs that they see each other plenty. But This is it's been still a long meeting, like you said.
I think as far as a non-injury or situation like that, I don't think I've ever seen play stop for this long.
No, I thought about signaling to Nick to take a break, but I'm like, as soon as we go to break, they're gonna come
right
back.
back, right?
So it's like, we've had to cut a couple commercials short, and we're hoping to run most of those throughout the night, plenty of times. But you never know. Play kind of starts back up right away. There's been some quick timeouts here so far, and we apologize again, but it's been, it looks like they're finally starting to. Oh no, attention is rising. There's a lot to be talked about now. The referees are starting to pick up their flags. We'll have a lot to uncover here.
Unfortunately, they don't have a mic in their, on their lapel like NFL. So we're not.
Right.
We're going to be guessing on the particulars.
Picking up all the laundry and now talking to the respective coaches.
I don't think either of them are going to be happy here.
It's never a good situation.
No.
It's, of course, as a coach, you want to build up that culture as well, but you hate to kind of see that. It's an emotional game. I bet both coaches are players. They understand. It's a tough situation, but sometimes the way this game works, emotions ride high, and sometimes things tip over the edge a little bit.
Absolutely. It's an emotional game, and you got to play the game with emotion.
Again, 7:41 here to go. If you're maybe just joining us, long stoppage in play after a little bit of a scuffle broke out after a stoppage on a Wheeler run. Again, Mike Dewan here with C.J. Compton, Clint Klaus behind the camera, Nick Russ, our producer on site here tonight, coming to you from River Forest High School. A good crowd here nonetheless. Both sides very impressed with the turn on how they do things over here at River Forest. Always great hospitality, and hopefully this is not the last time I'll be here covering a game, or any of us. But we are always thrilled, especially to cover some GSSC football. It's a first for me, at least covering a broadcast at the GSSC level. Still talking a little bit. Now we got most of the referees talking to Coach Hidalgo over here, as you see on the broadcast.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of different numbers over there on the Wheeler side.
A couple guys cycling out maybe. Again, a couple guys going to the sideline. It's tough to tell.
Right.
This is a long stoppage, like you're saying. We probably could have ran a couple breaks, but knowing our luck, what could you do? We're happy to spend it with you regardless. In a scuffle that took out, what did you say, 10 minutes ago? Maybe 5 or 6? As something? A couple minutes ago, nonetheless. Definitely a long stoppage. A lot of numbers to figure out. You only have so many pairs of eyeballs. And again, like you mentioned, you don't want to eject a kid that may not have done much in the first place.
I think they're going to let us know now at least which direction they're marching this off, or if either.
Now, if you're Wheeler in this case, would you, I know they're relatively smaller in size, so I don't know how much of a second unit they may have, but would you kind of start working in those guys maybe in a game where tempers are kind of flaring? I don't want to say this game is said and done, but maybe working a few guys that, maybe we'll save you for defense.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Testa knows who may be more susceptible to getting in the scuffles and stuff too. So, I'm sure he'll take that into consideration. But like you're saying too, you don't want to be, you need to protect your quarterback. You need to
that too.
Do other things like
that. For the health side of things, yes.
Right.
Still a discussion here now between 4 officials. I think we're starting to see the Wheeler offense now trickle back out onto the field. I want to pull up the starters and maybe see who from that Wheeler starting lineup Well, they'll tell us soon, actually. I don't know why I'm jumping to that. Okay, we're going to step aside here. I think I'm waving the white flag here. We'll let the referee still sort it out here. We're going to run a couple ad breaks. We'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
Have you checked out Sentier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Sentier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Sentier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Sentier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Sentier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Welcome back, everybody. I think we finally got things situated out after a little bit of an ad break. So it looks like we got a personal foul.
There are a lot of them.
Gonna be, looks like it's going to be a first down for Wheeler, so they're calling it on River Forest. So that's the penalty yardage. Now we got to talk about who is still allowed to play in this football game.
I have to look at who's left on the field.
And, I mean, we're looking at kind of the team. A lot of decent amount of starters, I'd say, that are out there. We could take a look at. Not much information on who would potentially be thrown out of this ballgame. Now they're walking down, and Wheeler now a real chance to put this game away. But after about a 10-minute discussion after a scuffle that happened between the two teams, that would have set up a Wheeler third and about 6.
Yeah, there's a new nose guard in there.
Okay, so there might have been some slight ejections. I think we were starting to overhear. We've got a few new starters on that defensive line of River Forest. Again, don't know if those are ejections or if those are cycling in new guys. But a lot to unpack here, and I think we're finally back to playing some football.
Oh, my goodness.
And you see the River Forest defenders, they're kind of jumping around. They want to stay warm. Some of those starters out there, it looks like they've been chilling for a while. But now we're back to football. 2 backs offset Klimzak with an H-back. Giving it to number 2, that's Ortiz. Looking to follow suit and keep things going, chugging his legs and pick up for another 6-7 yards.
Yeah, I think Coach Testa is going to take their eye of the ball now and try to keep emotions down and grind it out.
Now under 8 to go, coming up on 7 minutes.
Both sides have plenty of time to cool down, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. You don't want to get too cold, though,
right?
Physically.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm still seeing some River Forest defenders kind of jump around and trying to get their feeling back. Because temps have dipped a little bit here in Lake Station, I should say. Another inside handoff, this time to number 42. I believe that's the freshman. A flag comes in late, but a good run there nonetheless. But that is Levi Murray with the handoff. As of now, it's a Wheeler first down, but they could be walking it back.
5'10", 180, nice size running back, and he really runs hard. Tucked it away. They kept 2 hands on the ball and really ran hard there.
Promising freshman for the Bearcats, but they're going to walk this one back with a holding call. We talked about in the first half, it was a relatively clean game. I mean, a couple penalties here and there. Not like the emotions we kind of saw, and it wasn't like a full-on fight broke out just not too long ago, but it was a pretty clean game. Emotions were kind of kept in check. Now a couple errors here and there, but the second half, alongside what just happened, it's
a little more chippy.
A little bit more chippy, a little bit more unforced errors from, I'd like to say, mainly the River Forest side, at least pre-snap penalties. Wheeler played a little bit more cleaner brand of football so far and looking to put this game away. Now kind of a jet pass to Tyne Vetical, more of a handoff, makes stiff arm, but a great tackle of another late flag. Again, 2 late flags coming in, but great tackle there by River Forest. But we're going to see here in the Bearcats, they don't want to back themselves up either.
That's really nice. That's way away from the ball.
I mean, it could be in the area of a block in the back. Who knows? A blindside block again is always something to account for. But now we've seen plenty of laundry, across the field, as I mentioned. Both coaches got to kind of take control of this game with his players. Again, we talked about they had a long time to kind of decompress and get their head back in the game, but it's still been pretty sloppy. Looks like a personal foul of some sort. This time on River Forest, their second of the drive.
First down.
And another 4 seasons first down. Again, a great defensive play by River Forest, but all negated by a penalty and setting Wheeler up for now a 1st and 10. Might be a 1st and goal. I think it'll be just outside of the 10-yard line.
Yeah,
so
it might not be a first down. That's that high school weird rule where it's not necessarily a first down if it's not.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's second down. High school's got the weird rule where it's not an automatic first down if it doesn't cross the sticks.
Learn something new every day, I guess.
It was my least favorite rule when we coached.
Yeah, right.
Never made sense to me.
Huh. The more you know. 2nd and short now, not a 1st and 10. Gonna give it to the freshman. looking to bounce out, but tackled by a gang of River Forest Ingots. Going to keep them 3rd and short now. Again, that was Levi Murray again there, the pretty big ball carrier for a freshman.
You know, essentially in that situation, a personal foul inside the 5-yard line goes unpunished.
Yeah, right.
You know, so that's why it never makes sense to me that, you know, that wouldn't be an automatic first down.
I think he might have lost a yard there.
Yeah, maybe.
I think he went backwards, so nice job there from River Forest, but now under 6 minutes to go. This could be 4-down territory if that comes down to it. But Wheeler now looking to convert. Man in motion. Going to be a handoff to Ortiz and another great stop. I think just about short of the line to gain. Let me get a number on that. But again, a fake kind of jet sweep there and the handoff to Ortiz. That was broken up there. I think that was, I want to say that was the big defensive end there, who we've called his name a lot. I think that was Marquise Harris of River Forest, and I believe it was. Offers plenty of size. Again, he's only a junior, 6'3", 215. That's kind of what you want at the DN position, size and speed.
Yeah, for sure. He's had a good game.
Again, 3 awards to hand out. We got the Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, as well as the Boilermakers Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game and the Play of the Game as well, presented by the Region Sports Network. We've got a timeout on the field by the Bearcats. We're going to take a timeout ourselves. Wheeler up 17-0 of River Forest on Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons
Welcome back here. 4th down territory here for the Bearcats. Looking to convert on the 4th and short. Looks to be a handoff to Ortiz. He puts his head down, spins around, and gets the extra effort there for another Bearcat first down. What a run there. Looked to be kind of bottled up there. Put his head down, spun a little bit, and got the first down for Wheeler.
Yeah, and great job of staying your feet there. I mean, tackler came in, hit him square in the waist, and he kind of spun off in the air and twisted around and stayed on his feet.
Truly, truly impressive work tonight here from Jaden Ortiz, who's just been a do-it-all guy, as many of these players are for this Wheeler Bearcat squad. That was another 4 Seasons first down for the Bearcats. 4 Seasons, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialist. Again, 4 Seasons Mechanical in Maryville. More of a power set here again. They're going to give it to Ortiz. Doing it once again. This kid has been all across the board for the Wheeler Bearcats. Another touchdown for Jaden Ortiz and the Wheeler Bearcats. What a second half for Nick Testa and his squad. I think that was
3 touchdowns?
That was his 3rd for Ortiz. I believe so. Yeah, he's been we're losing count up here. He's having that great of a performance. I want to say it's been 3 on the ground for Jaden Ortiz. A real great chance for the Crowd Company's superhero of the game. Again, this was a 0-0 ball game at the half. Wheeler got the ball to start the second half. Did not score on that first possession. Forced to safety, and it was all downhill for River Forest since then. Now 24-0 Wheeler. We're going to step aside for a quick break on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship, the best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Welcome back, everybody. First off, this is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated. Jaden Ortiz sniffs the end zone for the third time tonight, finds pay dirt, and has been a real bell cow for these Bearcats. And this kickoff goes into the end zone there, kind of another pooch kick on familiar territory. And that'll start River Forest off after the touchback. But what a half so far, CJ, from the Wheeler Bearcats. Just showing us all again. I think it all started with that punt from Bryce Compton. The coffin corner set up the safety. Defense has been playing very well, and the offense has been very potent this time around.
And coaches made great adjustments, and the players were able to, execute those adjustments.
It's as simple as that. Again, a good coach like Nick Testa, coach you're familiar with over there, and talk about his rise again. You kind of see him, when he kind of first got into the business, right? You guys were together for a little bit, younger Nick Testa when you and him were on the same staff at Lake Central. Now kind of seeing him now grow as a coach, that's got to be pretty cool to see.
No, it is. I mean, Nick's a great guy, and he really cares about these kids. And, I can remember when he first started coaching with us, he was right out of college. And, there's not a lot of times that, when you first come into coaching varsity high school football right out of college that, you're going to be given a position or to coach without, being an assistant with somebody else. And, he had such knowledge for the position and all rounds of all parts of the position, not just route running, catching the ball, but blocking and everything that was important. That he did a great job coaching the position. So, I'm sure he's learned a lot on the way, but he's doing a great job tonight. They've made some great adjustments in the passing game and in the running game.
Definitely an impressive performance from this Bearcat squad, who's looking to get their first win of the season and have a good chance of doing so tonight. 4 minutes to go. Silver, the handoff to, I believe that is Villagomez, still in the game as well. Churning his legs as Rush.
There was nothing wrong with that. That was just 55 just blocking his butt off there.
And again, a great block there.
There was no whistle. He didn't do anything wrong.
No, good block there from 55, but kids still got to keep their cool. A little bit of scuffling here. Again, it's getting even later into the game. It's like, all right, guys, I know. Again, we're going to try and be prideful here and try and score a couple points, maybe get back in this ball game. But again, the importance is kind of looking towards next week, looking towards the end of the season, looking towards, again, just how we look as a football program and this culture. And a handoff there to Villagomez again. I believe that is not Villagomez, but that is a great run. Nonetheless, we'll get the number for you down to the 40-yard line. One of the biggest plays for River Forest here tonight. And they needed that. That's Jeremiah Stansel, usually the wide receiver, but they sometimes put him in the running back position, let him make a play, kind of a change of pace back, and he looked good there. Replay there, great shot there from Clint Klaus, Nick Russ on the replay, and again, one of the bigger plays we've seen from River tonight. They needed that big time.
Yeah, we got a few Wheeler jerseys out there that are very bright white, so I think we might have made a couple adjustments in personnel.
Mm-hmm. Handoff there again. I believe that's Stansel. After his big-time run there, Wheeler snuffs that one out. Again, nonetheless, some wider jerseys maybe for Wheeler. They're still doing a pretty good job of holding their own.
Yep, that one looked pretty good. I was trying to get a number on that tackle on it. Number 7, I believe. Charles Casper.
Charles Casper, the senior. Now a little bit under 3 minutes to go here. Again, Wheeler, a 24-point second half has propelled them out in front in all three phases of the game. Total team effort, to say the least, for this Wheeler squad. Handoff here to Stansel again, and this is bottled up. Wheeler Bearcats, an impressive performance, no matter what unit it may be. They are stuffing that run here tonight. I think that's big number 78 there.
Yeah, 75. 75,
Mitch Krolikowski.
And number 7 again.
You want to try that last name? Dylan Knezevich. That KN, man, I can't do it. It's not my phonetic.
K is silent, right? Is that how
Could
it
be
goes?
just. I can't even bring myself to it. But
Knezevich.
There you go. I like it. Sold. Our apologies. I wish I. That's a tough one. But a great play nonetheless, making his presence known. That's a good problem to have, getting your name called. Silver trying to make a run, and a great tackle there. Getting him an open field. That's not easy to do. Guess who? Jaden Ortiz. You'd think he'd be done for the day with how much he's done offensively, but he's tackling Aiden Silver. Still has some left in the tank to make an open field tackle against arguably the most electric player in this conference. And a 4th and long here and they got a completion here. A big 4th down conversion to keep the chains rolling. That's going to be a 4 seasons first down on 4 seasons 4th down territory. Levi Harper have a few catches today.
Yeah, second big catch for him.
Yeah, a couple big catches for him for sure. Arguably, I'd say the leading receiver for the Ingots come so far through this game. Now a minute to go. River Forest looking to at least get on the board. And the clock will run here now under a minute. 1st and 10 here for River Forest. Silver back to pass, a pump fake, now looking for a deep shot here. He's got a man. What a ball. What a catch, and he's in. Great ball there from Aiden Silver. Look at the light show as well here at River Forest. Might be too late for the fireworks, but still something to be excited about there. Jeremiah Stanso, I believe, was the recipient of that pass. We got the region replay as well. Great shot by Clint Klaus. Great replay as well. And in between two defenders, a great ball there from Aiden Silver. River Forest, good to see them on the board.
Good concentration, too.
It's not easy. You got 2 defenders closing in on you. Not an easy task for Jeremiah Stanso. But shown us a lot this drive. Had the big run earlier, now in motion. And we got an early flag, which looks to be a false start. As I mentioned again, after this game, Wheeler will be taking their focus to Bishop Knoll. They'll be back at home, while River Forest will be doing battle with Westside, a great Westside team that they always seem to be in the mix, whatever conference or whoever they're playing. They're as competitive as they could be, the biggest team by enrollment, by class size in the GSSC, and they're always a tough battle, so it's interesting to see how River Forest may respond if these results hold up. 3 receivers out to the far side, 1 to the near side. Villagomez next to Silver, looking for that close side receiver, and that pass, a quick slant, will fall up just short. I think that was Levi Harper again. 24-6 reads the score. We'll keep it right here as the game kind of trickles away. Potentially onside kick here, as we could see. Another question I want to ask you. You're a football guy. How do you feel about new kickoffs now since the NFL has started yesterday and the game tonight too?
It's crazy, but I think I'm excited about it. I think
you like it.
I think you're going to see a big change, but I think you're going to see potential of them setting up where you have guys pulling around the side. I think you may see more running backs returning kicks with the close quarters. Kind of down block and kick out type of thing. I think it's an interesting new dynamic. Maybe talk to me in 3 weeks. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, I was going to. I mean, you being kind
of. It depends how good the Bears are at it, I guess.
Yeah,
I'll tell you if I like it or not.
Cannot wait for Sunday off action-packed football
I'm
weekend.
Actually going opening game.
Oh wow!
Yep, pretty
Hope
excited.
You bring us some good luck. Then we'll need it. Plenty of Bears fans up here, myself, and it sounds like CJ included. Football, yeah, just like once seeing NFL start yesterday and it's like, oh, yeah, and feeling the weather we have today,
Yep.
60. This is my favorite time of the year, and, again, it's been a fun night here at River Forest. Good game between two good teams, and, again, I think they're going to have solid seasons. Wheeler, good to see them potentially get their first win of the season, although this is a team that's much better than their 0-2 record in River Forest. I mean, how do they respond? They've had quality starts to the season, but it's been kind of that middle of the pack of the season. It's been tough sledding, and we're going to see how they respond. But right now, potential onside kick to hopefully steal the ball back for River Forest. Looks like 8 men up for Wheeler. Little bit of a dribbler. Gets the second level, and that will be recovered by number 11 for the Bearcats. And I would just go down, gets a pretty big hit there.
I'm surprised he kept running like that. I thought for sure Coach knows is yelling from the sidelines, get to the ground.
But nonetheless, some good hands there from David Diaz, the junior, for the Bearcats, and that just about puts a bow on it for the Bearcats here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a couple knees here. And
on to the next one. That was a Quintel kickoff. That kickoff, as well as all kickoffs, are presented by Quintel Incorporated. And the best formation, if in football, if you're on the right side, the victory formation.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Again, for River Forest, I think it's just how do you respond after this? You got a tough test coming up, West Side, going to that place as well. That's not an easy place to play, so it's going to be interesting to see how they respond. And Wheeler, we saw kind of what they do in the middle of the season last year. This is a big momentum boost for them, beating a very solid River Forest squad. As Klimzak takes the snap, takes a knee, and that should just about do it. No more timeouts. That will put a bow on it, ladies and gentlemen. The Wheeler Bearcats get their first win of the season, 24-6 victory over River Forest. River Forest will fall to 2-1 on the season. We're going to step aside here. We got some awards to hand out as well. We'll go through our post-game kind of wrap up as well, but we'll be right back here on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
Back here at River Forest High School, ladies and gentlemen. That'll do it for us for the game itself. 24-6 Wheeler Bearcats. But as we mentioned, we got some awards to hand out. But first, CJ, we got to break down this game. Talk to me again. First half was pretty, not a whole lot of action, defense to say the least. And then we kind of saw the can of worms open up. Wheeler Bearcats, they forced a safety, which was huge. We'll talk about probably a little bit later, talking about the way this game transpired and where teams both go from here.
Yeah, I mean, for Wheeler, there were no points in the first half, but they were moving the ball up and down the field. They were also defensively, they figured out how to stop River Forest after that first drive. But they just kept shooting themselves in the foot, whether it was fumbles or interceptions or penalties. And they came out in the second half and cleaned that up, and it made a big difference. I mean, you obviously see the outcome.
Definitely one of the big, like you mentioned, the turnovers, one of the big things in the first half. To my knowledge, what Wheeler had 2 interceptions in that first half, and I think those were two giveaways on their part. They forced one from River, but second half they protected the ball. Their defense, did them some favors, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But this was a big-time performance for Wheeler. Now going into Bishop Knoll, Wheeler, their first win of the year, and that's obviously nice to get that off your chest, get that weight lifted off your shoulders. Just like, okay, we know how to win a football game now with this year's crew. Now we go to Bishop Knoll, a team that is on the come-up, but a team that we might be, we're playing back at home, or we know what we did last year. We ran the table, won the last 6 games of the season. Wheeler, things got to be feeling pretty good right now for them and Coach Testa.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it always feels great to get any win, but your first win of the year is a big one and something you're going to hope to build on going forward.
River Forest, again, as we mentioned, next up, they play West Side, a pretty solid squad nonetheless. And although they dropped 2-1, still a talented team as we see. The rain looks to be coming down here as well. Just escaped that big-time football weather on the grass. Could have been a mud bowl here. But for River Forest, as we kind of see on our shot, they're kind of talking things over. Now, where do they go from here? Again, they play a good West Side squad. Coach Hidalgo, of course, he's always going to have his guys right, but this is a young defense that has played pretty well. Again, this game may be an anomaly, giving up 24 points, the only points they've given up all season. Now they got to gear up and get ready for conference play, and more specifically, division play.
Yeah, I think Coach is going to probably talk to them about, how well defensively they played the first half, how well they moved the ball in that first drive. Hopefully, I would think he probably won't dwell on it too long. They'll get some mistakes fixed and be ready to go next Friday.
No doubt about it. Again, the score reads 24-6 in favor of the Wheeler Bearcats. The Wheeler Bearcats move on to their first win of the season, 1-2 for the season, while River Forest, they will fall to 2-1. Again, we got some awards to hand out. We're going to start it off with our Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. It is time to name, again, the Lantern Man Superhero of the Game, presented by Crowell Companies. They have offices open from 9 to 7, Monday through Friday, and Saturdays till 2 o'clock in Highland, Maryville, and Michigan City. CJ, we talked about it. The running back for Wheeler, 3 touchdowns tonight. Jaden Ortiz, talk to me about what we saw from him this evening.
Just the go-to guy. I mean, anytime they needed something, they went to Ortiz. And, and on top of that, all the stuff that he did offensively, he's making plays in the backfield, as a linebacker also. So, I mean, he was a big player on both sides of the ball and well-deserving of player of the game.
Definitely a superhero-like performance, so we got to give a big shout-out to Jaden Ortiz from Wheeler, who is our Crowd Company's Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Moving on to our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374. Learn more about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org. We're going to shift it over to the River Forest side. We're going to go with Royce Thompson, the DB/wide receiver, who had 2 interceptions in the first half. Had a fantastic interception in the red zone, as we see here. Leaping grab, snagging Caleb Klimzak of a potential touchdown. Had a great return off of it. Another two-way player. Showed us a lot there in the first half. Obviously, second half, he probably could have gone a little bit better, but nonetheless, got to give a big shout-out to Royce Thompson.
Yeah, but huge. Anytime you can take the ball away, and flip momentum flip the field for your team, it's huge.
Field position big in a game like this. Got to give a big shout-out to, again, Royce Thompson, the DB/wide receiver of River Forest, who was our Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. And the play of the game presented by Region Sports Network. Again, if you are looking to put your name on this award, feel free to call Chris Ramirez at 219-588-1984. CJ, our play of the game, I think it kind of really started it all for the Bearcats. It was the unconventional first score, but it was a score, and it really made things bad to worse. From bad to worse for River Forest, it was kind of that safety, a little bit of an errant snap, and a big play for that Wheeler defense that kind of forced things over and eventually led to a 24-point outburst in the second half.
Yep, that's huge. I mean, first points on the board are important, and if it happens to be defensively with all those guys out there doing the safety dance, then that's the way it goes.
Got to be the play of the game. Again, if you want to put your tag on that, if you're a business looking to sponsor that, feel free to call Chris Ramirez at 219-588-1984. We almost gave that play to the punt before from Bryce Compton. Punt was a play of the game.
Inside the 5-yard line.
Again, it set it all up for a big-time win for the Wheeler Bearcats. We've got a lot of people to thank here. Again, our executive producer is Chris Ramirez, our operations manager, Rich Castillo, our coordinating producer, Zach Miller, our producer tonight, Nick Russ, learning production truck for the first time, did a fantastic job. Clint Klaus, his first game on camera, did a fantastic job. The coaches of Wheeler, Nick Testa, River Forest, Mark Hidalgo, athletic directors, Wheeler's Jeff Enright, River Forest is John Steinhilber. For your viewers on Facebook.com/Region Sports, YouTube.com/Region Sports, RegionSports.com, and IHSTV.org. And for your broadcast crew, CJ Compton, thank you so much, man. Good to call this game with you. Been a while for you. Good to knock the rust off.
Getting out here, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I'm Mike Dewan, your sports director and your play-by-play guy tonight. But hey, that's all we got here from River Forest High School. Wheeler Bearcats get their first win of the season, 24-0 over the River Forest Ingots. That'll be all from us tonight. Again, good night, everybody. Or 24-6, excuse me. Sorry about that final score. 24-6, Wheeler wins over River Forest. But good night, everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. This has been a production of the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.